and a very good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to Crafters TV. In fact, welcome back, because I know a lot of you have been with us right throughout the morning already. It's been a brilliant day so far. If you were with us earlier on, you'll have a bit of an idea as to what we've got coming up with all of the previews that we brought you on Wake Up Call. It's a brilliant day. We're here for launch day, launching some brand new dies, the Gemini Concertina 3D Border dies. More on that to come in just a second. It is also worth bearing in mind that there's lots of reasons to stay with us, and indeed to check the website, because of course it is National Craft Month. Two things to mention on that front. We've got a 3 for 2 on Spectrum Noir accessories. That runs through until the 27th. Launched today, but definitely worth checking out. Some amazing deals. That one, as I say, part of National Craft Month through until the 27th. Launched yesterday and running through until Sunday. We've got our spring sale. And let me just tell you, there are some unbelievable deals on the website right now across a whole range of our Gemini goodies, whether it's stamping you're into, whether it's embossing, whether it's your die cutting that you're into, whether you're after tools and accessories, stencils, whatever it might be. Check the website. I'm talking 50, 60, up to 70% off some of your favorite ranges, some of your favorite accessories. So please make sure you check the web and pick up those deals. And certainly something that you're definitely wanting to be picking up today is something which is already proving very busy. Our brand new launch, already over 10% of the stock has gone. I saw this briefly for the first time this morning and was wowed by the versatility. We're talking about the Concertina 3D Border dies, and a man who I know is also hugely impressed and excited about this particular launch is my crafty partner in crime, Mr. Craig Laird. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much. Ready to go on what's the start of the week, and start a new week on Crafters TV, kickstarting with yourself, of course, before the changeover with George. But yeah, we have got a phenomenal launch day. This is all about the 3D Concertina. Now look at these. So there's two sets, you're getting them both. Now this one's called the lace set here. Now it's called the 3D Concertina because that's what you're going to start to do, is create this concertina effect. One pass through your die cutting machine, one little bit of adhesive, and that creates that dimension. But then what you're able to do, because of the dies that you get inside, you can do things such as 5x7, 6x6, 7x7, 6x4, 8x8. When we go through the measurements of these dies, what you can then do is do them into different increments.
Okay.
So lots of different sizes. So these ones were the lace, but you don't just have to use them as the borders. What about little noteless holders for desks, or maybe your craft desk, or for a study desk if you're at university or college or high school. But then the other option that we've got, remember you are going to be getting them both, and this one here that we've got is the vines. So this has got a lovely rose effect to this one here. So see how we've used the corner and the edge together all the way round, but then maybe you want to then only use the corners. You can absolutely do that. And again, because you're getting that depth. Now, they're not going to fold completely flat. However, because they're concertina, you're not having to have that real depth of envelope or box or package if you are sending them. But then you might want to add all of them together round the side. I mean, look at that.
That's
Isn't
stunning.
that absolutely exquisite? So yes, going in for your wedding day, maybe you're going to go in for a photo, maybe you're going to be going in and using it as home decor, you could be doing that. You can have a play with the different looks, the different styles, whatever you're going to be popping into the middle. And I'm going to show you this one, very, very basic to start with. This is our first demo. And then by the end of launch day, our last demo will be something,
well,
not something
amazing.
like that, it will be that. So you can then start to use them as gifts if you want to. If you've got that fairy tale stamp and die sets, you want to start to incorporate them. We are going to be featuring the decoupage throughout the show as well. We're going to be using these in many of the samples. However, you can absolutely be doing whatever you want in there. Your stamps, your die cuts, your photos, memorabilia, lots of things that you can be doing, not just cards, home decors, gifts, keepsakes as well.
And I won't reveal it just yet, but wait until you see the price on the dies, because we always talk about our dies giving you more than one option. You know, we like to make sure that the products give you, 1, 2, 3, 4 options. These are almost unlimited in what you can create. So if you're thinking to yourself they're going to come with a hefty price tag, wait, because your minds will be blown when we put that price up in just a little while. Already in with us, we've got Colleen on the socials, Gail's with us from Maryland, Laura's with us from Virginia, Becky from Oregon, Evelyn is in from a snowy Colorado, and Betsy is here with us from a rainy Houston, Texas. If you have just joined us, a very good morning. You may not know that we have some crafty visitors here at Crafters TV today, already been wowing you guys with the products that they brought, and already things have sold out. Delighted to say that our crafty friends from Be Creative are with us right throughout the day today. The brilliant Gordon and Justin. How are you guys?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I was say good morning. Good afternoon. Good morning. Hello.
First of all, got to say, Gordon, loving the attire today. I love a waistcoat, but those are something else.
Yeah, they certainly woke us up this morning. Yeah.
I hope all the Americans is watching you. We're waking you up with our nice bright orange sunshine.
Yes, yeah.
That's it. If you weren't awake before, you are now. And just give us a bit of a snapshot, guys. So for anyone who missed the shows this morning, what have you brought to Crafters TV today?
Well, today is all about multi-layer stamping, but multi-layer stamping with a difference. So we're talking about things like this. I'm giving you a quick preview. This is Dexter the dog. Dexter the dog is a high definition multi-layer stamp. Can you see the definition on there?
Phenomenal.
He's the first one we'll be showing you. And our most famous multi-layer stamp is this one here.
Yes.
This is Tedward the bear. Yeah. The detail is stunning.
Phenomenal.
It looks like a photograph or something you would cut out a magazine. And Tedward's friend, his girlfriend, of course.
Oh yes.
Is Tilly the bear.
Beautiful.
There we are. So we have these three, and these are what we call our multi-layer high definition stamps. And we have our very latest ones as well, which Justin here will show you.
Oh, is it me? Okay.
Wow, look at this.
So we have a mobile. This is made by Jane, one of our design team member. And this one here, we are using Arthur and Lily, the ladybird. And can you see the wings of Arthur there? Yeah, that is actually used with our twilight paint.
Yes.
Yeah, can you see all the shine
Look
when I
at the
move that, the twinkle?
Yeah.
Yeah, she used that to color that, and that is fantastic and brilliant. And then she also used that for the leaves as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, can you see when I put the light, the reflection of that is just perfect for that. So those are two of them, and then of course they have two other friends that goes with them, which lives in a lighthouse.
Oh yes, they all live in the lighthouse. If you don't know about the story, you will do later on.
Yes, this is the multi-layer lighthouse scene. And then you have like all the birds and everything that you can do.
Wow.
Okay, so then once we have that, then we have, oops.
Oh, Basil's fallen over.
Basil's running away.
Basil's running away, yeah.
So that's Basil the mouse.
Yeah.
And then that's little Basil. And then of course we have Fiona.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and the headdress comes with Fiona as well, the daisy crown. And then you actually have the daisy crown, actually just stamp it all around there, and that's where becomes a little background of meadow.
Yeah.
Then of course we have Lily.
She's cute.
My favourite.
And then she's adorable.
Yeah.
And then big blue eyes, and then of course it has all the little crown. She's a little princess.
She is.
And then the next one we have is Arthur the bee.
Literally the cutest bee ever, right?
So what you have there is all this multi-layers that we have.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you a few of the multi-layers of how it can be done. And then of course we have our staple craft mat with us.
Yes.
All right, we will show you more about that as well.
We certainly will. The spray embossed is also coming up for you too. And by the way, make sure you're with the guys. They'll be here in 15 minutes time for an hour. If you think you know multi-layer stamps, think again, because the multi-layer characters they've got in these collections are just off the chart, unbelievable, already flying out the door, and there'll be more with Gordon and Justin a little bit later on. Thank you so much for now, guys. Loads of people very, very excited about the day, and Sharon just saying, love those waistcoats, they're amazing, guys. You both look very dapper. Right, Gordon and Justin coming up in 15 minutes time. We are now going to be looking at the Concertina 3D Border dies collection. Really, really fantastic value for money, these, because as Craig has already shown you, what they afford you to do is to be able to create these amazing borders, and you're not kind of stuck. It's not like one die where you're going to go, oh, okay, well, I can create these on like a 6x6 card or a 5x7. As you can see here, broken down. Not the most interesting thing to look at, but I think it's worth just showing you the fact that you've got the 3 separate pieces, whether it be in the vines there and then also the lace. It allows you to be able to create these amazing borders. I mean, pretty much for whatever card size you want, really, isn't it? You're not limited to 1, 2, 3 card sizes.
No, absolutely not. You know, and the prime example we'll show you in a minute, because the actual dies themselves are like between 2 inches and 3 inches, it does mean that you can do a wide scope of card sizes, as Ben was just saying a moment ago. So you'll see the one he's got just coming up right now, where you've got your flower forming. So within each set, and once again, I know Ben showed you the borders, I'll show you again just in a minute, but you've got the corners that are 2 inches, as well as the actual inner part, which are then 2 or 3 inches, which means you can do it really, really long if you want to, and you know, the width of it quite short, or the depth of it quite short. That's up to you, and that's the good thing with having the actual frame die, not the corner, but the frame die in 2 different sizes that all work together. Or that's what enables you to basically have your card sizes an odd number or an even number. And if you can cover odd and even, that means you can do anything.
Absolutely right. And again, just look at the price here. This is what I was talking about. And you'll see this over the course of this hour, then indeed later on. So we're back for the second half of launch day after we've been with Be Creative. This price is phenomenal, simply for the fact that I really do think it's almost like limitless what you can create with this collection. Super affordable for a collection that you'll come back to time and time again, simply for the fact that it's craftable for so many different card sizes and different projects as well. I love the idea of using these as a little notelet holder. But under £20 platinum, $21 and change if you're shopping with us in the US and you're platinum. Snap these up today, because I truly believe these will be sat on your craft desk. You'll come back to these time and time again.
Couldn't agree with you more. Absolutely. They're going to be at the side, because do you know what? They give you that instant hit of wow.
Yeah.
All you need to do, and we're going to show you right now, run them through one pass. Now, I say one pass to create one. I'm away to do 4 corners, so obviously I need to do it 4 times. So you get my drift. But what I'm meaning by, simply by doing one pass, you're creating that 3D concertina effect. It's phenomenal. So let's do it. Let's start very, very basic in the way that you can start to create the concertina. And what we're going to do within this one, I'm going to use the lace for this one here. And this is the 3 dies. So you get 3 dies in each set for that platinum price, which is phenomenal. But as we've both pointed out, the range of things that you can do. Now your corner, this one here being 2 inches, then you've got 2 inches, and then you've got one that's 3 inches. That is where you can play with the length, you know, the height of all of the different styles and shapes that you want to use. Now, if you want to just use the corners like I'm away to do in a moment, you absolutely can do. We do give you initial starter guide, where you've got some steps to cover a 5x7, a 6x6, a 7x7, and then a 6x4. So these are there for you to get started if you want. All of our shows, as you know by now, and if you don't know, they stay on YouTube for you to go back and watch time and time again.
They do.
However, as we've just established as well, because of the measurements, you can make so many more. You could even do a whole scrapbook 12x12 if you wanted to, by playing with the measurements. You can absolutely do that. So what I'm going to do for time and ease, I'm actually going to use the MIDI. And the reason being is all I need is this corner one, and I need it 4 times. Now, Ben, I could have done what we usually do and have 3 of them already prepped, and then just do the one. But I thought, we'll use the mini, speed it up slightly, but this we will literally do from scratch. We will do all the corners. We're going to use some of the decoupage as well. We'll do that, and we can show you within the first demo, you can create a full card, nothing prepped, from the start to the end, done. That's my plan.
Love it. I love it. And again, it shows you again how accessible these are. Love the fact that you're using the MIDI as well, so it just goes to show if you don't have one of our electronic machines, these will work perfectly for you.
Absolutely, yeah. And if I'm at home, I would probably be using the Junior because I'm not up against the time. Junior, A4 Gemini, use the pause and reverse function, but do you know what? It really isn't. It doesn't really take a long time if you are doing the electric ones. It's just, as you're all aware, we are shorter on time. 3 hours may seem a lot.
It isn't though when you're in here.
Not when you're in here. Now this is how it looks.
Okay.
So you've got the detail, 90-degree corner. You've got your score lines, and you get this little triangle here. That is where your concertina from this bottom one, obviously it could be the top or left depending on where you position it, that snuggles nicely, and that's what gives you that depth, that pressure for it to go flat. So that's that one. And then all that I'm going to do, let's take these bits out. And then this cardstock that I'm actually using is one of the light ivories that was from the Be Beautiful collection.
Oh, yes.
So it's from that one, in case anyone wants to know. But all that I need to do is run this one through, then pop these ones out. And then once I've taken these, let's just pop all these little bits out. And you could be using your die brush that you would tend to use elsewhere. Of course, I don't. I just get the evils from Tracy when I do what I do. But then I do come along and I help and I do sweep up. I am good.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you always sweep up, do you?
Yes and no.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. No, I'm not calling them out. This is a genuine question. I've never seen seen Craig with a brush in his hand.
So
let's start the story.
Because you know, we can stand here for quite a wee while.
You can.
We have these special kind of like sponge feet mats, you know. That
oh yes, I'm stood on one now.
For our feet.
Are you on yours?
And I'm on mine as well.
Very comfy.
So what I actually do to help out at the end of the show or the end of the day,
yes,
so it's these sorts of things.
Yes.
I actually use that and I scrape it all up into the corner,
right?
Get everything all up,
yeah,
and then I'll scoop it up and then put it in the bin.
See, I never knew that about you.
Yeah. Have you never seen me like the end of a show when I'm just
I
like
wonder where you
hunched over
disappeared
and I'm
to.
going like that?
Yeah, a couple of times I've looked across and I've gone like, oh Craig, wasn't it a great shot? And then I was like, where is he?
That's
so you're under the counter.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
I never knew that.
So you'll not necessarily see me with a broom in my hand or the brush in my hand.
No.
But I am technically sweeping up.
So you are helping out.
I am helping out.
I take back everything I said about you then.
If I make the mess, I'll clean it up. And if it's a show where I've got Debbie Fisher coming after me, I certainly clean up, because if I'm outside, Debbie's away to come in, she comes straight here and she gets me by the ear and she goes, look at this mess.
Does she really, does she?
She does.
What do you think you're doing?
Yeah,
Clean it up now. Oh dear, she's like,
So that's why I've learnt my lesson, so I definitely sweep.
Doesn't look like she's got it in her, does she?
Doesn't, no.
No.
She's a tough cookie.
She is.
Heart.
You wait, oh dear. Don't want to get on the wrong side of Debbie, dear. Oh.
Little bit mightier, Debbie, so she is.
All those giggles. Don't fall for it.
No, don't.
No. Oh dear.
So yeah, so although I am making a mess, and I will say as well, you guys at home know, I do this at home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not as if I'm just doing it here. It's like I'm at home and I'm like, oh no, I want to be nice and clean and careful. Side of my craft desk.
Yeah.
But while
I feel like doing an Instagram video later on just to show you what he does after the show. I'll film one. I'll come in at the end of the show and show you.
And Phil, do it after Cartload on Thursday. We're on together.
Oh yeah, we are again Thursday. I'm coming in on my day off just because it's you.
Just because it's me.
Yes.
I done that yesterday for you.
Yesterday?
Yeah, Sunday. I had a parcel delivered.
Oh right, I was going to say you didn't come in and do a show with me.
No,
though.
not a show.
No.
Oh, I would do that. Of course I would.
Yeah, but you came in just because I was here.
Yeah, it was a parcel delivered for me on Friday.
Yeah.
And instead of waiting until today to pick it up, I thought, you know what, Ben and Corinne's in, I'm going to go in.
Ah.
Let's go in.
Yeah.
Say hi, and pick up the parcel.
You did, and that's the only reason that the Cartload, they were like, oh, can you cover because we're a bit short. I was like, who's on it then? Who's on it? Craig. I was like, oh, definitely, I'm definitely coming in. Definitely.
See.
Yeah.
Me and you.
See.
And then while we're having fun, there's me
Yes.
done my 4 of them. So that's the 4 of them, run them through 4 times, that gives me my 4 corners. So what we can then do now is we can concertina them. So you do get your score lines. So all that I'm going to do is the first one is a mountain, then a valley, then a mountain again. We're going to do exactly the same with the other one. So we're going to do mountain, we're going to do valley, and then mounting again. So then this is where that concertina comes into play. Now what I'm going to do, because it always shows off better onto black, so if I pop that one under, remember how I was saying about that little triangle there?
Oh yeah.
So when that folds in, this is where that concertina is. See how
got you.
it just nestles nicely into that little part.
Yeah.
So all that we need now is a piece of adhesive, only to go in this top corner here. So what you can then do is your tacky glue, or, you know, if I don't use my tacky glue, it's my red liner tape that I like to use. So all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit off here.
Got red liner tape on the show as well, I
We
think.
do.
3 rolls of the 3mm, 3 rolls of the 6mm available for you. So worth popping those in.
So this one actually that I'm using there, that's not a 3 or a 6. I've got
That 12.
more in my stash. I've got the 12. But you know what? Let's use some of the 6.
We don't have to.
No, true. But then it's nice just to show you that
Oh,
it makes no difference.
No.
You know, you might not have the 12. Because I know some people, you'll watch us, you know, any of us on the team, and you like to have what we've got. So maybe you can't get a hold of 12mm, but then I'll show you, even using a 3mm or a 6mm, you can still do exactly the same. Makes no difference as long as you've got the adhesive. And then what I'm going to do within this one is let's do exactly the same. So we're going to do mounting, and it's very repetitive within this one, because all that I want is the corners. And then we can then go on throughout the show, and we're going to kind of work today's launch day as starting off as a beginners, and then we will then progress throughout the show. So the next demo we will advance it a little bit more, and then Justin and Gordon, they will come in, and then when I come back, the last 2 will be a little bit more advanced to show you all the different ways and things that you can be doing.
15% of the stock's gone here.
Awesome.
These are really popular. The point is, again with these, as we said, like, I know all of our dies are, I'm blowing our own trumpet here, all of our dies always come to you with more than one idea. We talk about this quite a lot, Craig and I, that you wouldn't want one set where you go, oh, I only do one thing with these, and that's it. These really are, I'll use that word again, limitless.
They are.
Like Keith Lee. These
yeah,
are limitless.
absolutely. He's limitless.
What you can do, wrestling. But the price is affordable for all. That's what I love about this launch. Because, you know, let's be honest here, some of the launches that we bring to you, when we bring you the big collections, they are sometimes a considered purchase. You know, we give you the options to kind of buy smaller bundles and buy individuals, which is great. But I think this is affordable for everybody today. Around about £20, $20 if you're platinum. And you'll thank us later if you get this, because I just think it will take your crafting to the next level. And it's a set that you'll keep using this.
Of course you will, yeah.
Just because it's for, as we said, all card sizes. I like what you said. If you really wanted to, you could go 12 by 12 with this, couldn't you?
Of course you could.
Make it like a really over-the-top scrapbook page.
Absolutely, 100%. And do you know what as well, Ben? If you want it completely flat, just chop them out and you've got decorative corners for your photos if you wanted to. So it really is, you know, there's lots that you can do in the concertina form. Chop the ends off, the tabs off, and you've got so much more scope that you can then be doing with them. Why not as well? Now, obviously, it wouldn't, what I'm away to say, it wouldn't work in the concertina form. Why not foil them on your foil press and then chop off the corners of your card, so you've got this gorgeous foiled element that you can see there. So we're moving it on into different machines, different crafty tools that you've got at home, so you can absolutely do that. So all that I'm going to do now that I've added my adhesives on, is we're going to take all of these ones off. So take them off. Nothing different than you would do when you're taking, you know, other adhesive off. What we can do is take these ones. So either tacky glue or your red liner tape, I would highly recommend with these ones. Because what you're going to find is a lot of people, or these are very touchy-feely concepts, because you're going to find them, I think I've taken that whole adhesive off, what you're going to find is people are going to have a look at them, they're going to look inside, they're going to press it to see how they are concertinaed.
Yeah.
So we can then take these ones off, and then what I would do is I would then take that bit, and then as if we are creating a box. So all that we're going to do now is we're then going to, I like to then give it a little bit of manipulation to fold it in, and then on the back, as I say, is if we're going to be creating a box, we're going to press them together. That's then creating that concertina effect, and that's one corner. That's it. As simple as that to create your corner. So then we can work our way in once again. Now this could be your glitter card, matte card, this could be your mirror card, adorable, scoreable, Centura Pearl, anything that you are used to and love die cutting with, you can absolutely do that with. Imagine these ones in acetate.
Oh, yes.
Or, you know, do what I've done here, pop some of your adhesive on the back, put a piece of vellum or patterned vellum, and then just do a little bit of fussy cutting around the edges, then you can do. Photo corners for tuck-ins if you want. So once you really start to see the basic idea of it, the ways that you can use it, not just in the Concertina 3D frame, there is so much.
Like you say, like your albums as well, if you've got like your precious memories for little,
exactly.
the little tuck-ins, for your little notelets as well. You guys are loving these. Jodie Simonetti just saying, I love you two guys together. We love being together. We do. Like, it's so much, always so much fun.
So much fun.
Hayley Ralph says, these dies make such pretty creations. They're gorgeous. And Deborah Allen just says, I love these corners. They're pretty. I love the idea, Craig says, of using them on my foil press as well. You know, lots of you have invested in foil presses recently, and lots of you have, you know, had them for some time. Again, this is another great die that you can use with your foil press should you wish.
Absolutely, yeah. And don't be put off by the fact of you've got areas that you can't use. All that's going to happen is your outer part, they're going to foil as well, absolutely, but as I say, chop them off and that's your foiled element. So don't be worried about things like that. It's no issue at all. But what I've done is we've got a lovely little collection of our opaque pigment ink pads on the show as well today.
We do. Not much stock though.
Low stock.
I think they're limited, aren't they, Georgina? That's happening a lot to me today. Sorry, sorry, I really wish you could have just said that then. I think there's a limited, aren't they? And it was just like...
For a second, I thought my mic pack and that had gone. I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah. Sorry, can I? No, it's fine. Obviously, Georgina was talking, obviously, very importantly about the show to George, and she didn't hear what I said. No, let's just say it was very important about the show. Don't say it was about other things. I was asking about the ink pads that
she was showing pictures of Keith Lee. That's a joke, by the way.
The ink pads, the opaque ink pads, they are limited, aren't they? I think we're down to double figures on these. So if you want to get them, I'll take you through all the colours in just a little bit. Well, actually, if we put the details at the bottom of the screen, I'll tell you the colours you're going to get. Bordeaux, lemon tonic, plum jam, fuchsia, green topaz. Just go back to the fuchsia.
Yeah, please.
That one never gets old. Oh, and there she is in there as well. Oh, frosty jade. Oh, jade. You've also got baby blue, grasshopper, you've got your damson wine and your lagoon. I'm overly pleased with that because I think that's the first time I've ever had a collection where we've had the Back to the Fuchsia joke and frosty jade in the same set. So very, very pleased about that. Susan Rushton, who was on our craft along yesterday, says, good morning, crafty peeps. My favourite duo are back together.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Can I just say as well, because we do get, you know, all of us on the team, we get so many lovely comments.
Yeah.
But if me and you put a picture up, the comments really are phenomenal.
Yes.
So thank you. We read them, we message each other, and, you know, we'll take screenshots.
Absolutely.
You know, and we'll say, look at that, so lovely. So we do appreciate it as well.
Yes.
But I think it's because, well, you and Joe, your personality gets on with everyone on the team, same as George, actually same as George, as Becky as well. But it's always nice when you say lovely comments like that, because we just have a blast.
Oh, we absolutely. And I think you and I just get each other, don't we? And I think what you see on screen is what we are like off screen. And
Absolutely.
We've always clicked. Do you know what, actually, just whilst you're putting these together as well, so this is the decoupage set that we've got on the show.
Yeah, all that I've done is done the decoupage, yeah.
It flashed up on my Facebook. It must have been a couple of weeks ago.
I think I know what you're about to say.
The first photo that we had together when we first met each other.
That's right.
At the other place.
Yeah.
I just thought, all those years ago. Because you were one of the last members of the Crafters Companion team that I actually worked with.
That's right, yeah. Because whenever I was down in Peterborough, obviously it was at the older Creating Craft at the time.
Yeah.
Whenever I was there, our kind of shows never crossed over.
No.
You know, you were you know, you were always lucky enough to be on with kind of like the two Debbies or Fiona at the time. But whenever I was there, we just never seemed to be on together.
Yeah.
And that's how I remember that first time that we were on.
Yeah.
Because we just had a hoot, didn't we?
We did have a hoot, and again, I always remember because Craig was always sort of going on about the silly voices and whatnot that I do.
That's
And
right.
I'm sure it was the first time that we met, and you said, "Oh, can you just record my voicemail for me?"
Yep.
And I recorded your voicemail in the style of
Yeah.
the X Factor guy, didn't I?
Yeah.
Have you still got it?
Yeah, I've still got
Oh,
it.
is it
Yeah.
still on there?
Yeah, to be fair,
He still never paid me for that one.
I did in a jokingly way. I was like, oh my God, that would be so good if you'd done that as my voicemail.
Yeah.
And very, very kindly, that was all that was said.
Yeah.
And it was about a week later or something. You dropped me an email. And it had a clip with it, and it was you
there.
doing it in the voice of the voiceover guy from the X Factor in the UK.
Yeah.
So that was really, really good of you, but it was so fun.
It was this guy, the guy who talks like this. I can't remember what I said.
He's busy crafting.
Craig is busy crafting. So leave a message. I think
Yeah.
it was something like that.
What? Yeah. So you can imagine when the call centre's in that call, and then just get that blasting out at them. So funny.
Oh dear! I thought, you know, once I'd done a voiceover for the legend that is Craig Laird, my voiceover career would take off, but it never did. So
You've not needed it to take off any more than it already has. Not at all. But here we go. So what I was doing there, you'll have seen them a number of times on Crafters TV. If you haven't, then all you need to do is go back onto YouTube. These are our decoupage collections. I know you've got them as well at the side of your bed, where you can create your depth of decoupage. These absolutely work perfectly with our Concertina dies because of the depth, the 3D-ness. And then what could show you just here, before we assemble it together, so you could do a lovely little 4x4 frame, but then we could then die cut this one and we can elongate it. So then you can go all the way around, so that's making it even bigger. But you might want to make it smaller instead with that one. So then we just roughly space these ones out. This is where you have a play with the sizes. You might want to do these ones together, do that all the way around. You might want just that one, so the two and the three together.
Oh, yeah.
So you can then make it longer, but not as wide, or wide, not as low. So you can have a place. This is what we mean by the different size configurations that you can do. But then all that we're going to do now is I'm bringing in a little bit of pattern paper from our Enchanted Dreams. And I've popped my tape already, as I usually do, but also for another reason. And that's because I want to hide the main base layer of the concertina. So what I'm going to do, into this bottom piece down into here, all that I'm going to do is pop the corner in. So I'm actually going to turn it on itself because I actually find that easier. And all that I'm doing is I am literally slotting corner to corner. Slot it in and press. Work my way around.
Yeah.
And now that is how simple it is to create the corners. So then we can go in with this one, pop that one in, and then we're going to do this one and pop that one in, press it in. So there is your 3D frame, concertina frame coming together. And now all that I'm going to do, Ben, is I'm going to add a little bit extra adhesive on where the parts that I've covered up.
Yeah.
And then we can assemble it onto our card with our cardstock.
Just as a by the by as well, if you like the Enchanted Dreams paper pad, spring sale is ongoing. A lot of the Enchanted Dreams goodies are in the up to 70% off section on the website. 30% off the paper pad currently, the 12x12. We were looking at it earlier actually, and loads of these have sold. Nearly went to the X Factor guy then again. Loads of these have sold. And the reason why, 30% of the price tag has come off, so you're saving 30%. Check the website, as I said. Spring sale runs until Sunday. 50%, 60%, up to 70% off, so please do not miss out on the deals. There you go, £8.39. That's a bonkers price if you're platinum. $11.79 if you're shopping with us in the US. We'll have a little look at that in more detail perhaps in just a second. We'll also look at the decoupage, which Craig has been using. Perfect these as well, for if you like doing your your foam flowers too.
Exactly. Yeah,
You know?
it's really good to sandwich them in. So let's press that in here. So now we've got our 4 corners, inked with a little bit of the plum jam opaque pigment. I've not done any additional mats and layers there because I actually felt that the frame just does it nicely because you've got the concertina. So I lift it up, so again, it's not completely flat, but you look at the depth that you've got from the concertina and you start to press that in, you can see how far down it goes. But then all that we need to do is come in here. I'm going to then pop this one to the side. And what I've already done as well, still using the Be Beautiful collection, I've stamped the word hello. Hello. Hello, it's me. And then what I've done, I've taken our decorative frame. So if I take this one here, decorative frame being from the Enchanted Dreams as well, that's going to sit to the side. And then if I take this one off, so take that one, I'm then going to take that one here. That's also on our Enchanted Dreams paper pad that I've die cut them ones with. So then let's press that one there a moment like that. And then there we go. What we're then going to do, and then there we go. So keeping it very, very simple to start with, only using the corners, but doing that. And what I wanted to do is, I had bits pre-prepped, but I wanted to do the first demo right from the start. Even the card blank, this is the same card from the Be Beautiful 12 by 12. Cut it down and I created my own card blank. Done all 4 corners, inked all 4, created the concertina on all 4, done the decoupage. The only bit I hadn't done was the frame with the hello. Other than that, start to end, we've completed it all. Look at that one, and that's just one of so many combinations that you can be doing with, well, both sets.
I'm going to say that word again. Limitless.
Limitless.
Keith Lee would love these.
Yeah.
But this is the point again, and just to show you, like I'll show you. That's his thing. He's limitless, Keith Lee, for those wrestling fans. Anyway. This is brilliant for the fact that if you do just want to use these on like your 6x6, your 8x8s, your 5x7s, whatever it might be, you've got the ability to do that. If you just want to use the corners to frame, like we're showing here, these beautiful flowers with your flower forming foam, you've got the ability to do that. If you want to go all the way round with the dies, you've got the ability to be able to do that as well. Create that frame with that 3D nature for whatever the project. Literally, you will keep these next to you on your craft desk. There'll be one of those sets that you'll come back to time and time again, because the fact that you've got the gorgeous vines in this collection as well, I think lend themselves absolutely beautifully to things like your your wedding cards, for your boxes as well. I mean, I'll show you. I like to look at the finished cards because it's so nice to see the kind of things that you can create. But it's also worth just showing you again some of the different shapes and sizes that we've got here. With our concept suite. So look at the different sizes. Nice to put some acetate behind these too. You know, if you want then to still create like your shakers with these as well, you can. Beautiful for potentially framing your pictures as well. You can do, great for creating, little frames for your postcards as well. There's so much that you can do with them, and they are proving very, very popular already. I mean, again, if you think about using these with your shadow box dies that we had the other week, they're going to look absolutely amazing on there. Do not miss out on these. They're a steal today for £20, $20 there or thereabouts. But grab them whilst we've got them, because 20% of the stock of these has now gone. You're getting the 2 die sets, as I've mentioned. You've got the gorgeous vines, and then you've got the lace detailing there as well. And it is as simple as, you're looking at these finished samples, it's literally those 3 dies that's going to allow you to create that beautiful concertina border on all of your different projects. Don't forget, no matter what the size might be, those are your vines as well. Price for everyone today, £19.18 platinum, $21.56 if you're platinum and you're shopping with us in the US as well. Now, the flower forming flowers look absolutely gorgeous with these, but also, as Craig was using just a few moments ago, the decoupage flowers. Now, These again, I think, are a brilliant buy because if you're wanting to get into decoupage, you know, creating these wonderful 3D flowers, this system is absolutely the way to go. I love this collection because you're going to get 3 different types of flowers. You're going to get stamps, dies, and the decoupage sheets with this as well. 4 flowers, I should say, not 3. Basically, how this works, so if I show you your precious poppy, you're going to get the dies which correspond to your decoupage pad. Okay, so all of these dies correspond to the different numbers on your decoupage pad, and it is simply just a case of cutting these out, using the numbered system that you've got there to create the different layers. You've got 48 pages in each and every one of the different flowers that you've got with this collection. Also on top of that, because eventually 48 pages is a lot, but eventually you will run out of those decoupage pads. We've thought ahead here and we've gone, right, we're going to put the stamp in there for you as well, because the brilliant thing about this is that once you've run out of the papers, or indeed you might want to create your own colours, you might want to come away from the colour palette that we've given you, you can stamp out the image and you've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stamp it out 5 times, and then you use the dies in conjunction with the stamp to create your own decoupage. So every way you are absolutely covered here, whether you're using the Spring is Here collection, whether you're using this gorgeous collection here, which is your roses in bloom. So we've obviously got the yellow roses on here, and what I'm meaning is you might decide, well, I want red rose, no problem at all. Use your inks, stamp this out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in the colours that you want, and then cut it out 5 times with the dies to create your own decoupage. So you're going to get 4 booklets, 48 sheets of each, that's 192 decoupage sheets, 26 elements because you've got the stamps and all of the dies included. And as we said, and as you saw with Craig, these work perfectly with the Concertina dies as well. £60 platinum, everyone saves $27.89 today, or $38.45. Platinum price is £60.79, $87.16. Don't forget, Be Creative going to be here with us in 20 minutes time. If you are here because of them and you're loving these deals and you think, I want to get these, I want that platinum price, sign up to Club Inspire today on our website. It's free to do. It will take you 2 minutes and you will get that price on your first purchase. Also, if you haven't yet looked at the website, make sure you do, because our spring sale is live as of yesterday, runs through until Sunday. You're seeing up to 70% off across our ranges. There's some phenomenal deals to be had. This one is one that you need to snap up, and I know lots of people have already done it. From the Enchanted Dreams collection, it's the 12 by 12 paper pad. It's the one that you saw Craig use in the last demonstration. 32 sheets in total, double-sided, loads of snippability here, and I mean, one of my favourite images in this paper pad with that hydrangea hot air balloon, I just think is gorgeous. And you know, I know you guys snip into your 12 by 12s, but this one lends itself even more into doing that, in the fact that you've got sectioned off 4 different images here, and it is all about the beautiful unicorns. There's butterflies. The script on here is stunning as well. It's a really, really dreamlike collection that you're going to pick up today for just £8 and change, $11.17 if you're shopping with us in the US, but go swiftly. Right, enough rabbiting on from me. We've got another, 15 minutes or so on this half, first half of launch day. Second half will be coming your way at 4 o'clock. No, that's wrong. 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Tell the time, Ben. 4 o'clock. But let's squeeze in one more demo if we can with this collection. 20% of the stock gone. What can you rustle up in the next 15 minutes?
Rightio. So what we're going to do is we'll do a different size card. We are going to use the roses for this one, or the vines for this one. For this one, once again, we're still only going to use the corners, but we're going to create an easel card to show you how you can do it that way. And then, as we said at the start, Justin and Gordon will come in, and then in the last hour that I'll do, we will then really ramp up the demo, and we'll show you really good things that you can do with them. Starting simple, that we've done now, and then going in more advanced.
Fab.
So what we're going to do, quite smooth stamping card, keeping that very simple within this colour. What I'm then going to do is, let's get my scissors, and I'm going to chop it down slightly. So once again, I do have some of them already cut like before, but I'm not going to use them today. I'm going to cut all of these ones using our MIDI, running it through, and then I will need to borrow, Ben, your Bordeaux opaque pigment ink pad.
You are more than welcome to, sir. I will hand deliver it.
That would be great, because I think they've borrowed our one that we used to demo with for you to show, so we're going to use that just in a moment or two. Thank you very much,
I haven't found it yet.
Oh, I thought that you are. There we go. Thank you for that.
Welcome.
I'll give you it back.
Oh, you will?
Oh, well.
No, you will. I know you will.
I only need it for this demonstration.
What a mess. You better clear that up
I will do.
at the end of the show.
Yeah.
He picks the mat up. Did you know that? He picks the mat up and he sweeps it into the... Because he doesn't like to feel the wrath of Tracy.
The raftry. No. Well, I think if I'm going to make a mess, it's only fair that I sweep it up after. And also, to be fair, 9 times out of 10, it's always the back of the foam pads. Now, it's really only one person, isn't it? And there is a bin, don't get me wrong. There is a bin that you can see here.
Yeah.
But you're trying to aim for the bin. It's
not easy.
No, it's not easy.
And Gordon and Justin coming in a minute as well, so you want to make sure it's tidy for
I'll
them.
just blame them then.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, there you go. It's a good idea. Just
Well, me?
The mess that the guys leave. Nah, it's all me. I know. I may be a tidy crafter as I'm crafting, but my actual floor space is anything but tidy.
Thing is, if you're not making a mess, how much fun are you having?
Exactly,
Really?
that's the thing.
Come on, don't worry about the
Thanks.
mess. Just have fun. By the way, Hadass has just said, I've just tuned in, sorry I'm late. Apology accepted. Hadass said, you don't have to apologise really. What you like, you hear that's the main thing. You say, holy smackers. What's with the price of the Concertina Borders? That's not a deal, that's a heist.
Oh,
Isn't it? It is an absolute deal. It is. It's like we're giving these away practically. Love the decoupage flower set, says Renee DeShane. I've got about 8 sets. And Anne has shopped the spring sale, saying I've got some great deals in the spring sale. There may or may not be a few things in my There may or may not be a few things in my basket I'll never tell.
I won't tell on you.
No,
Secret safe with us.
exactly. Never ask what's in a crafter's basket, do you?
No, never.
No, rude.
It's always hiding gin.
Pardon?
It's always hiding gin.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the paper pads on top are actually hiding gin or that underneath.
Yeah. Remember, don't drink and craft. Good advice. Sage advice.
Yeah. Pause for a minute and then drink. Here we go. Was there a punchline there? Was there? I wasn't paying attention.
No, George was just laughing.
Ah, right.
George is in the studio. He'll be here in about 15 minutes' time.
He will be. There's actually, I don't know if I could say it, but well, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just getting a dauber.
Okay, I was more interested in the fact that you were just saying I was going to say,
sorry,
I don't know if I should say it, but I will say it.
I will say, Leanne had brought me in the other week. Don't know if you've seen it in the green room.
Oh, no, I did see that.
Bottle blueberry gin.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Leanne, she's a fan of gin, but she wasn't a fan of the blueberry, and she knows that I like gin and I like flavoured gin.
Yeah, me too.
So that's what it's. I've just forgotten to take it home.
Mm.
That's what's in your bottle. Got you. I did think it was going down. My rich tea's disappeared because I found out last month when I done the HSN preview.
Yeah.
I was dotting back and forward. Sarah was just out there going over her notes and that, and I'm thinking, she's eating rich tea biscuits.
No.
And I thought, mine seemed to be going down a lot quicker than what I'm eating them. And it was Sarah. Yeah.
Do you know what? You've got to be very careful. I'm not speaking out of term here. You've got to be very careful when Sarah's around because she is a bit naughty like that. I still remember, and Georgina will remember this. I can't remember what show it was exactly. I think it was like an HSN preview show, or it was a big cartload or something. And I'd been to the shops for Georgina to get her some sweets ready for like the big 3 hours or 4 hour extravaganza, whatever it was. And they were plonked in the gallery, and there was like the sort of the big bags of like the big dairy milk buttons that you can get. So I bought you like a couple of bags or whatever, and there was a bag on the side, and it was I'm sure it was the buttons. They were plonked on the side. You and I were in the gallery. Sarah came in for the meeting, and she literally ate the whole bag in about 10 minutes. It was like, those are quite nice. And just as we were like going through all of the notes and stuff, I just kept seeing her going and going and going. I was looking at Georgina's face, and she was like, yeah.
Actually, do you know what she done as well on that same night?
What?
Sarah's on Hobby Maker today.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
That same night, before my rich tea gate happened, Georgina had got this lovely pasta dish from wherever she got it from.
Yeah.
Sarah went and got a fork. I was like, oh, can I try that? Didn't you, Georgina? The HSN preview.
Oh, it wasn't pasta apparently. What was it? It was barbecue cheese and pork fries.
Thought it looked like pasta.
Whichever way, she nicked your dinner, basically. And then she had half a cheesecake as well, apparently. Brilliant.
We're going to get a WhatsApp later on from Sarah going, what are you doing telling everyone?
Yeah. You guys won't tell her we told you, will you? Of course not, no.
Not at all. Yeah, we don't say no to Sarah, do we?
No. But the moral of the story...
Rich tea, but yeah, you're all right, Sarah.
Moral of the story is, though, if you've got anything and you don't want to share it, if Sarah's in the building, make sure you hide it for goodness sake. Surprised that gin's still there.
So am I.
Georgina, I have tried that on multiple occasions. Georgina's just saying maybe it's about time we started talking about how much we love Sarah's fudge, and then she might bring some more of that in. I've heard so much about Sarah's legendary fudge.
I've never tried it.
Have you never had it?
Nope.
Well, there's no hope for me if you've never had it, because you've been here a lot longer than I have. How have you never had that? You've been there for years.
I know, yeah, but I've never been offered any.
No? Wow. Oh, and white chocolate is right up your street, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
it is.
George of the Joysticks just saying.
It really,
it's white
really
chocolate
is.
you love, don't you?
Love my white chocolate.
White chocolate orange, isn't it? Thought of you the other day because Daisy went up the shop with a Go Henry card and came back with one of the big bars of the white chocolate orange.
Ooh. There's actually, how there's still any left, I will never know, but the Terry's white chocolate orange little mini eggs.
Oh, yeah?
They're still half my bag in the green room.
Are there?
Yeah, next to the gin. You can tell, George is away. you can tell what I do in between shows, eh?
Yeah.
A bag of white chocolate, gin, rich tea biscuits.
Living the life, mate.
Rich tea's for the cup of tea, the white chocolate's for the gin. Oh dear. While we're having a little bit of fun there, what I've done, die cut all 4 of them, 4 corners in our white smooth stamping card, went round the edges with our Bordeaux opaque pigment ink pad. So very similar to our first demonstration, but what I wanted to do is show you the vines, which these ones are, and then we'll start to use them in a easel card.
Okay.
So all that I need to do is take my backends off. So this is actually, in some ways it's covered in so many forms that you already know. Something straightforward as die cutting. You know, many of you, if not all of you, will be familiar, and you do die cutting. But then when you're actually forming the concertina, it's no different from when you were doing box making, where you cross the two together. So, you know, whether you're doing your die cutting, your box making, you're going to be very familiar with the forming of these ones. But then you can then start to come along and then do your additional crafting, for instance, your foil press.
Yep.
Or then you can then ink certain bits, you can colour certain bits, you can pop acetate on the back, you can do vellum in the back and that. So there really is lots of different ways and configurations in which you can use them. But once again, this top bit, when that starts to fold in, it sits and nestles nicely into that little angle. And then this is where we're going to cross them over as if we were forming the edges of a box. Press them in. This is then giving us the 4 of them. So if we cross that one over as well, and then we're going to then cross this one over. So what I've already done beforehand, we're going to use the decoupage again, and we're going to use the poppies, but in the same way as the first demonstration, I've already assembled mine.
Okay.
So what we can then do now is I'm going to come in with some of this tartan paper pad within this one here. And this is from the Autumn's Blessing.
Okay.
So I would always recommend do your mats and layers first, and then before you attach your mat and layer to your card blank, tuck in your little corners or even the borders if you're using them both. And the reason being is that's going to hide the workings. It might seem a little bit obvious, but sometimes before you know it, you've stuck your layer to your card base.
Yeah.
And then if I was to sit that on the top, you'll see how you see the white layer in the middle.
Got ya.
Doesn't look that, you know, it's not the worst thing in
Not
the
the end
world.
of the world, no.
But then if you do it the other way around, so you tuck it in first, you can see you've got that nice professional edge. It just looks that little bit better.
Yeah.
So at that point, this is where we're going to come along.
And just worth bearing in mind as well, because Kathy's asking about the mailing of these, the fact that you've got that concertina effect does make these mailable. I don't want you to think that you can't like squidge the concertina down, because you can, can't you?
You can do. We do get many, questions and comments about how do you post. And I know I say this quite a lot, so forgive me if you've heard me say this. But when I'm making cards, for instance, I've made my mum's Mother's Day card, and I'm actually posting it tomorrow. I never got a chance to do it this morning. Said to Ben I was doing it this morning.
Let you off.
But what I do is if I'm making someone a card, I don't just send the card, because if I'm sending it or giving it to someone, it's for a special occasion. So for instance, obviously I've got my mum her Mother's Day gift, so I'll package it all into a gift. So I'll never just send the card on its own. Or if I am, I'm hand delivering it to the recipient. So very, very rarely will I make a card, make a 3D card and post that alone. I'll either hand deliver it or I'll pop it into an actual parcel itself. So that's how I tend to do mine. But yes, you can do it. As Ben said, the fact that they do go flat, so pop them into your envelope and then press down, get rid of that excess air, and then seal your envelope. You can absolutely do it that way. But 9 times out of 10, I pop it into a parcel or I hand deliver any depth of cards that I make.
Lots of ways around it. Lots of you loving the Sarah chat as well, saying that you now know the reason why she's got all the energy, because she nicks all of our sweets. And Jerry's just said, you guys are never going to get Sarah's fudge ever if you keep telling her food pilfering secrets.
That's true.
That is a very good point. Well made.
Yeah, I've kind of resorted to the fact that I'm never going to get any anyway, so hey. Okay.
Oh, Georgina's just saying she sees it more of like as a guilt tripping.
Yeah.
She's working anyway. She's a hobby maker.
She's a hobby maker.
She's never going to hear any
about
any of this, so it doesn't make any odds anyway. Yeah. Georgina's just gone, I'll send her a voice clip. Yeah, she won't. No.
Oh dear. So now that we've got our main areas that you can see here, I've got my adhesive on the back, but I'm going to go in. I've got my 5x7 card and I've done a score line right across the middle, because this is going to be my easel. So once again, more paper from the Autumn's Blessings. I'm going to pop that onto craft card. So my brown craft card layer, that is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then my pattern is 4.5 by 6.5.
Okay.
1/4 of an inch increments as always. So then we can take these ones off. You know by now I love my double-sided tape, hence why I use that a lot, but you can use your tape runners or any adhesives for your layers. Already popped a few green gems in the bottom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my sentiment in first of all, wishing you happiness today and always.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And this one here, let's just press that into there. So this one here is from our, I was really cheeky on that one.
What?
This is from a certain hummingbird collection.
What? What?
Yeah.
Eh?
Very cheeky.
What?
Nothing?
Who?
Nothing? Nothing?
Little,
Nothing? You'll have to rewind what I just said there. Joys of technology. So I've got another layer, 5x7 layer. I'm going to pop that on, which is creating my easel front. So we can see from up above, that's how it's looking. If I turn it around, this is the form that we're going for. And then all that I need to do now is come along. Let's take these two off here. And we're going to then pop this one straight into the middle here. So line it up in all fours. I think I'm a little bit on the wonk there, but hey ho. Press it in. Then all that I need to do to finish off is I'm going to come in with my layers. So that's taking these ones off here.
Georgina just rewound to hear what you just said. It's from a certain Hummingbird collection.
I say nothing, I know nothing.
I know nothing.
Well, no more than you if I've
Yeah,
used something.
you
from
obviously do
something
know
you
more than
don't
me.
know. But here we go. Let's take these ones off from our Matt and Laird nest and dies. That one can pop into the middle here.
Beautiful.
And then there we go. So once again, we've used just the corners within these ones, but then we've turned it around into an easel form.
Amazing.
As you were saying, you know, they do fold relatively flat in comparison to the way that they stand out, being the concertina effect. So there is 2 demos, one from each of the sets, using just the corners, but showing you different ways in which you can form your cards. And then what we'll do is, once I come back in an hour after Justin and Gordon, we're going to do another couple of demos, one from each set, but what we're going to do is we're going to do a little book effect and then a real substantial storybook effect, and we're going to be using all of the dies together.
Phenomenal introduction to this. Make sure you continue to shop for it during the next hour. Jean Marie says, I couldn't resist these beauties or the floral decoupage sets. Already broken my promise. I bought 4 times in this last week. Maricel, hello, says, I love to make cards for my family every month just to keep in touch. I posted 13 yesterday. Most are simple, but every once in a while I like to do something extra, and these would be great as the dies do the work. Yeah, absolutely right, they do. And Jean Marie saying, Sarah's fudge is delicious. Better than you can buy. Well, we wouldn't know because we've never tasted it. And a few of you now asking about a hummingbird collection. I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea. That one was just... No. He's doing his sweeping over there with the mat. What are you like? Tracy stood just behind the camera shaking her head. If you want to go for this collection, you're getting the vines and then the lace borders there as well for you. As I say, the dies themselves don't look much, but when you appreciate what you can do, that you've got the ability to create the corners, the actual concertina borders for all sorts of different cards, all sorts of different sizes, you'll appreciate why 20% of the stock of these have already disappeared. Affordable for all at £19.18, $21.56. Continue to shop for these as we take a small break from launch day. I will be back with you tomorrow afternoon. George is taking care of business for the rest of the afternoon. Another hour of launch day coming up in an hour, but before that, they are back. They've been brilliant already today, and they've got loads more great deals, loads more great demonstrations coming up with George. It's Gordon and Justin. Be creative. The other side of this. We'll see you in a minute.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Yes, hello, welcome back to Crafters TV. Happy Monday, it's a brand new week. My name's George Akid. Thank you to the wonderful Ben for the last hour and this wonderful morning as well. He's going to be back with you tomorrow afternoon, but what a brilliant show it's been so far, that brand new launch day with those wonderful brand new edgeables that you're going crazy for. Edgeables as such, because they go around the edge or the corners, borders, but so much more fun. Crazy, we're back in an hour to see some more of that. But for now, we are going to be saying hello to the wonderful Be Creative. Good evening, good afternoon. How is everyone from Be Creative? We've got the wonderful Gordon and Justin. Hello, boys. How are we doing?
Great.
Oh, not too bad.
Yeah. Very
good. Yes.
Good to see you. So, if nobody knows, who are Be Creative?
Oh my God. Well, Be Creative as a brand, we've been going about 10 years now. So about 10 years ago, Justin and I met each other and we decided to form Be Creative and our own brand products, which is everything we do now, from the stamping platform, all sorts of things. Yeah.
Perfect. And I know, people out there are going crazy for everything today. It's got some great collections. So let's not hold off on any longer because we've got loads to get through and loads of demos to get through this next hour. Remember, head to the website if you want to get ahead of the game, crafterscompanion.com.co.uk.eu. Have a look there. You'll see everything. Click Shop the Show. You can see some great deals for you. Let's start off with Tedward. Now, I've met Tedward already today, and he is a beautiful little bear. The wonderful stamps that you are going crazy for. Here are the Tedward stamps, priced at £19.99. $28.99. Now, that's Tedward. I mean, the stamp's not that size. I'm not going to point that out. I was like, I'll show you my little picture of Tedward here, but I mean, that beats my little picture of Tedward. You also going to get your Club Inspire price as well at £15.99, $23.19. Wonderful layering stamps allowing you to create some amazing things. Look at those. Some great detailed stamps, some wonderful layering stamps, and you're going to get your Club Inspire discount on those as well. This is what you're going to be getting, the wonderful Tedwards. Now, again, if you like Tedward, you're going to need a little friend for Tedward. We're going to need Tilly as well. Again, that wonderful collection here for you with Tilly. Again, perfect with your layering stamps. Nice and simple. You'll be seeing these very, very shortly. You can make some great images when you put it all together. Look at little Tilly there. £19.99, $28.99. Remember your Club Inspired discount on top of that as well. For you at £15.99, $23.19. The full range as well, got loads of great little friends for you today, including Dexter the dog. He's here today. I love Dexter. He's my favourite. A brilliant price for you today at £19.99, $28.99. Brilliant collection of layering stamps here for you. Club Inspire price at £15.99. $23.19 for you today. Again, a brilliant price. And if you're buying the layering stamps, you're going to need that platform in order to do this for you as well. And Be Creative have got one just for you. This is here for you, the wonderful stamping friend. Again, it's the one below it. Oh, other George, sorry. This is the problem now. We've got 3 Georges. You'll realise this, boys, very, very shortly. 3 Georges in the studio. It makes life so much more difficult at times. Stamping thread here is with a platform, with the ruler. You're getting the magnets as well, and you're getting the hinges as well. £48.99, $71.04. Remember your Club Inspire price, £39.19, $56.83. A brilliant product here, nicely well made and really strong and sturdy.
Thank you. Well, this is the third version of our stamping platform. The actual stamping area is a full A4. It's made of sturdy materials that are all bonded together. Basically, the thing that makes it very special is, unlike other stamping platforms, it doesn't bend. When you add pressure on a stamping platform, normally you create a bubble, which creates a problem when you stamp. This is the opposite. It's an incredibly strong platform, which means it's easy to stamp no matter who you are. If I turn it over to the back is also magnetic, so you can do all your colouring and things on the back as well. You can use any stamp. It has the foam pad inside for using clear stamps. We remove the foam pad, and that gives you the extra room for using all your rubber stamps. So it's for every type of stamp, every type of crafter, no matter how old you are, how young you are, you can use this program. You can use this tool, and you'll get perfect image every time. So we're now going to look at Tedward the bear. Oh, by the way, this is the one I stamped earlier on. You see that one? No, of course it's not the one I stamped earlier on. So we're going to go on to Tedward. Tedward was the first of our high-definition multi-layer stamps, and Tedward took about 6 months to develop when we started doing it. We didn't realise how difficult it was going to get, because we wanted to develop stamps that were almost photographic quality, and that's what we did. So Tedward, Tilly and Dexter are all 3-layer multi-layer stamps. We start with the basic layer, which is just the basic shape you can see there. So I'm going to lay that down on my piece of card. With your stamper's friend, of course, you get 4 very strong magnets. So we'll just put them on here. Now then, that holds everything securely in place. Yep. We're all ready to go. So we bring the lid over, press it gently, or now then, for you folks at home who have a problem with your hands or your wrists or anything, because of the strength of this tool, you can simply use a little cloth and go like that over the lid to pick your stamp up and to do your stamping as well. So let's pick that up, and we're ready to go. We're going to pick our first colour. Everyone knows that a teddy bear doesn't necessarily have to be brown, so we're maybe going to have a little bit of fun with colours today. Always start with your light colour and go to your dark colour. Well, I'm going to go with a blue for my base colour today. So let's go with this. Now, of course, the beauty of the stamping platform is that you can stamp over and over as many times as you like, because everything's held sturdily in place with the strong magnets. So you don't have that problem. So if your first stamping attempt doesn't succeed, stamp again, because you don't have a problem. So let's just do that. Now, as I said to you a minute ago, if you have a problem doing all that with your hands, simply get your cloth, roll it into a ball, and do this up and down motion, side to side motion, adding a tiny bit of pressure. If you find that solves your stamping problems, you might find that's an easier way to do it. Okay, so we'll just finish this one off. Okay, that's our first layer. Now, I didn't apply enough ink on there. I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of ink there. I'm not worried, because the good thing about the stamping platform, you can stamp over and over as many times as you like. Nothing's going to move because of the strong magnets. So that's our first layer. We'll take that one off. We'll now go with our second layer, and on the second layer, we're starting to add a tiny bit of definition. Let's put that on there. You look through your stamp, you line it up. If my eyes are working properly, I think we've just about got that. Yep, bring over the lid again. Again, if you want to use your cloth, do that. Just rub over, pick up the stamp, as simple as that, and go for your second colour. So this time, we're going to go for this light brown, I think. Here we go. This is our second layer. Let's just ink this one up. Of course, always remember, use good quality ink. Make sure you have enough ink on your stamp, because where stamping always goes wrong is if basically you're not using a very good ink pad. So inks, the inks themselves make a big difference to everything you're going to do. Let's just press that down. So this is our second layer for Tedward. We're going to do Tedward, then we're going to do Tilly, and we will finish up with Dexter. Now you can see the second layer coming through. We'll remove that. Yep. Now, however, this is when Tedward comes to life with the third layer. So we put the third layer on top, again looking through to try and line it up like that. I think we've got that. Let's bring down our lid. Again, if you want to, use your little cloth. Do that to pick up your stamp very, very easily. Now, I always like to make it really pop, the last layer. So we're going to go, I think, with of my eye. I'm not sure, is that brown or is that black? I think I've got a dark brown here. I can't quite see with these lights. It's either black or brown, it doesn't really matter. We'll go with this one anyway and we'll see what happens. Remember, a teddy bear doesn't always need to be brown. A teddy bear can be blue, red, any colour under the rainbow nowadays. You go into a teddy bear shop, you'll be amazed at what you can actually buy. So this is us bringing Tedward to life. So let's go over like that. Let's press down like that. Say we could do this, or we can use our little cloth technique. But remember, we don't have to press hard, because the beauty of the Stamper's Friend is that nothing flexes. This is the strongest platform you will ever see. Trust me, it really is. So we just press down like that, making we've got a bit, and we need a drum roll here. Yep, there we go. And here we have the big reveal. And there
Look
we
at
have
that.
Tedward.
Wow.
Can you see the detail?
Yes, absolutely.
And that is the beauty of Tedward. He is a high definition stamp that really looks like any teddy bear you've got at home, or your childhood teddy bear. He really pops out the page, he comes to life. You could do him in any colour you want. I've actually been very subdued with my colours there, but maybe later on we'll show you something I did a few weeks ago, which was my famous Tedward Warhol. So we're going to turn this over now, because we don't want to waste our card. We're going to use the back now, and we're going to move on quickly to Tilly. So again, let's just hold this down with our magnets. Now, Tilly and Tedward have developed this strange friendship over the years.
Right.
Who knows what's going to happen next, but they're the best of friends at the moment. That's what I'm going to say. Especially during lockdown.
Well, absolutely.
You know, they got to know each other very, very well. So, let's create Tilly. Let's create Tedward's friend. So again, we take the base stamp. We put that down there. Let's pick it up again. I think I'm going to stick with the same colours, actually. I quite like the way those colours worked out. So I'm going to go for the blue base again on Tilly. Let's just do this. Remember, use enough ink. Make sure you use plenty of ink. But remember, don't worry. You don't have to panic, because if at first you don't succeed, try and try again.
Yeah.
Because nothing is going to move.
No.
The magnets hold everything in place. You don't have to worry about it. There's no panic. And that's the beauty of the stamping platform.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pick that up. Now, that's perfect.
Love
I'm really
that.
happy with that. There is our first layer, the base layer.
Yeah.
So we're about to bring Tilly to life. We will take the second stamp, overlay this over the first one. Let me just get that right.
The other thing is, if it goes wrong, it's only a piece of card. It's a piece of cardstock. It's simple as that. Just start it again.
It's very difficult to go wrong.
Yeah,
with
well, that's the thing as well.
platform.
Yeah.
I mean, in the olden days, the amount of wasted images that used to go in the bin was unbelievable.
Yeah.
We don't have that anymore.
No.
Right.
Straight
so we're
away.
going to go with the second one now. I think we'll stick with the same colours. We'll go with this light brown again. Okay. Remember, this is your second layer. Oh, but I tell you what, we're going to really make this pop out. Now, Tilly is a totally different teddy bear from Tedward. And you think of a modern teddy bear which looks all furry and fluffy, I would say Tilly is more like that. But you know, that's the way Tedward likes Tilly. He likes her to be like that. It's a bit like Justin in the morning. He tries to dress me, he tries to tell me what to wear, you know. Well, Tedward and Tilly have that sort of relationship, you know. So I didn't want to do Tilly in different colours, because maybe Tedward wouldn't be happy if she looked better than he did. So we'll try and keep her the same.
Okay.
There's our second layer. We'll take that off. And as we did before, it's the third layer that makes everything come to life. Remember, these are high definition stamps, multi-layer, but high definition. Just wipe that off the lid there. Down again, pick this one up. Off we go. Now then, am I going to stick with the dark brown, or am I going to go with a black? I'm going to stick with the dark brown, because we don't want to annoy Tedward, do we? No, we don't. So here we go. This is your final layer.
Love it.
This is when she comes to life, when she pops out the page. I do this many, many times over all the time. And when people see the finished result, they don't believe I've stamped it.
Yeah.
They think it's out of a magazine, they think I printed it off the internet. But when I actually then show them what I'm doing, they can't believe the detail of these stamps.
Really is incredible.
But as I say, we tell people genuinely that each one of these sets takes us a minimum 3 months to develop. It's a lot of work to get it to the stage you're seeing now. But the end result is what we have. So, can we have another drum roll?
Let's do it. I'm good at this. I'm good at drum rolls.
Thank you. And here we go.
Wow, look at that.
And look at the detail of Tilly.
Yes.
Now, she is so different from Tedward. Yeah. Nope. Go the right way. There we are. Going the wrong way there. She's so different from Tedward, but equally as good in a different way.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I quite like the blue background
Yeah, I
chose
do
there.
as well.
I really do quite like that. So, we're going to say goodbye to Tilly and Tedward for the moment. Yep, they're off to have a cup of tea. And let's take another piece of card. Now then, we're going to finish up with Dexter.
Yeah.
But we're also going to show you something additional that I
Okay.
could have done with both of them. I can't do it with them all because I'll take all day. So I'm going to show you something a bit different with
Right.
Dexter. So Dexter, same thing. We take the base stamp like that, bring over our lid, we make our airtight seal and pick him up like that. I'm wondering, should I stick to the same colours? You know, I think I will. By the way, as I said, Tedward and Tilly, they're a bit of an item. And Dexter is their pet dog, obviously.
Obviously.
It's obvious, yeah. So here we go with Dexter. Now, have you ever seen a blue dog before? Oh, you have now. Yeah.
I love it.
Remember,
There's so much creativity with these stamps.
Yeah. You let your crafting insides have fun. If you're going to say, I don't know what I was going to say now, actually. Just have fun, basically.
Yeah.
Create what you want. Use whatever colour you want. Don't worry too much about it. You don't have to use the same colours as your dog. It can be any colour you want because, you know, you watch things on TV, cartoons and things like that. They don't look the colours you might think. So let's just see if we've done that. There we have the perfect background. Whoop, my ink's gone everywhere. So that's the base for Dexter. Here is my second stamp. So we overlay this again very carefully. Like that, yep, I think, oh, hold on, is that right? Let's just get him right, there we are. I think I've done that right, yep. Pick our stamp up again, and I said we're going to stick to the same colours. So let's go with our light brown medium colour for the second layer. Let's stamp that one on there, make sure we have enough ink again. There we are, let's bring that over. Okay, let's just stamp this one. So we're now adding a hint of definition to Dexter, but we all know the final stamp is the one that brings him to life.
Really does.
Yep, so we've done that. We can take that ink away. We can remove that. And we will take our final stamp. There we go. Apologies to people at home if I had the L positioned in the wrong place. Hopefully we've got it now. Yep, I think we're perfect now. It's a learning curve for us here, you know. It's only our second time. We'll
smash it and loads of love coming in.
So we're now lining up the final layer.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's press that down. Let's bring that up. And again, actually, but this time I'm going to go with a black, I think. So, oh my God, we're really going for it this time. Because Dexter has unbelievable amounts of detail on him.
They really are. Sim's saying these stamps are amazing. Loads of love coming in for these stamps. But if you've got any questions that you want to ask or anything you want to say, you can get involved in the show. Comment below on YouTube and Facebook, and we'll make sure we get your questions answered if you have any today while the boys are here.
Now then, this is the final layer, but we're not finished. I'm going to do something else, and I'm going to show you why I've lined my card up at the edge, because normally I have my card in the centre, but there is a reason as to why I have done this.
Okay.
And with Dexter in a minute, I'll show you why. I'm doing something extra. So can we have a drum roll again?
We can do that.
There we go. Drum rolls are important. Thank you. And there we go.
Love it.
There we have Dexter in all his detail.
Love
Unbelievable. But, as I said a second ago, we're not finished. I'm going to show you how to make a wonderful card with Dexter.
Yeah.
You can do the same with Tilly or Tedward. So we're going to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Dexter. Okay. Let's be careful here because he's already got ink on him, I think. Line him up like that.
Yeah.
Bring that up like that. And watch what I'm about to do.
Gordon, before you do that, can I just ask, Gwen's asking, what is the size of the stamping platform? So what is the size?
Okay, the stamping area is a full A4. For people in the USA, That is slightly bigger than your letter size, so your full letter size will fit on the centre, and for people in the UK, a full A4 piece of card will sit on the centre as well.
Perfect, thank you very much. Yeah, loads of love coming in for this stamping platform. Yolanda's going, I want that stamping platform. Is it available on the show? It is indeed. We will bring the details for that stamping platform.
Ink that up. It's always better if
Absolutely.
you put ink on when you're stamping. Right, so what? I'm now going to show you why I have positioned my piece of card in the corner.
Yeah.
Can you see what I've done there?
Love
Watch
that.
this, what we're going to do now. We're going to turn the card right back up to the corner again.
Very
okay?
nice.
Watch this. Little bit more ink on there. Let's bring this over. Down like that. Let's bring this up. Let's turn our card again, like this. This is the reason why the stamping platform has the edges on it, why it has the measurements, etc.
Yep.
Please note, I have not moved the stamp. I'm letting the card and the edge of the platform do
Yep.
the work.
Perfect.
And I'm going to turn it once more, like this. And let's ink him up again, once more. You can do what I'm doing here, all the way around your card. You can do the same thing with Tedward and Tilly as well. Let's do that, and let's open this up, and look at that. How amazing is that?
incredible.
Doing that all the way around the card.
Yes.
Yeah? See that?
Love
See how
that.
that's finished off? Now, you make a card like that, maybe put a sentiment on it saying happy birthday or something. You send that to anyone using either Tilly, Tedward or Dexter. I guarantee they'll have a smile on their face. Anyone you send, whether it's an adult, a child or whatever, these stamps they really are just amazing, really, the definition.
They really are, and the price you're paying there, £19.99 at $28.99 for you guys in the States. Remember, your Club Inspired discounts are implied. These at £15.99 at $23.19. So much love coming in for these. Let me recap you what we've got on the show. We've had some sellouts, guys. Yes, Tedward are there. He's sold out, unfortunately. Tedward, he has left the party. He has sold out on that one. Tilly's still here, though. Tilly the Bear, 50% of the stock has gone with Tilly. Remember that brilliant price, £19.99, $28.99. Dexter, you just seen it being used there. Half the stock gone on this as well, £19.99, $28.99. Loads of love for that wonderful tip about the rotating the paper. Cool tip, rotating the paper, says Yolanda. Right, we are going to go for, I'm learning all the names today. Basil the mouse, there he is. Very good. Because Georgina goes, Basil. I'm like, yeah, Basil. Which one? Basil. I've got Basil. A brilliant collection. I love Basil. He is adorable. Look at the wonderful creations you can make with Basil. As mice go, that is a beautiful little mouse. You're getting everything there, very similar as well to everything else what you've just seen with the wonderful layering stamps, which you guys are absolutely loving today. Now as well, bringing it price £16.99, $24.49, a 15% saving. Remember, your Club Inspired discount just apply to that at £13.59, $19.59. Now, if you do want to cut Basil out, you're going to need to get the dies. That's going to make your life so much more easier. Here are the dies for you today. They are, remember, separate. Remember that as well. £16.99, $24.49. Again, a 15% saving. You need to buy the stamps and the dies, add them into your basket separately. Club Inspire price at £13.59, $19.59. Again, a great little collection, which you are loving today. Another great collection is Fiona the Fox. There she is. I love this as a stamp. We're going for the die set first. I'll do the dies for you on Fiona. Okay, Fiona, that's all right, my lovely. Sorry, I read die. Fiona there again with the wonderful stamps, making this wonderful creation. All the different details. Notice as well, with all the Fionas, you're not just getting the fox, you're getting all the little accessories, their top hat, the bow tie, and the sentiments as well. Brilliant price there at £16.99, $24.49. Alternatively as well, or additionally, should I say, you can get the die collection as well, adding that into your basket today. So you can cut everything out there. There are all the dies, again, at £16.99, $24.49. And your Club Inspired price applies to that at £13.59, $19.59, which you guys adore. I just think there's something so cute about everything here today. You've also got, I mean, just where do you start? It's just, which one are you going to go for? In my case, you want to go for all of these. Lily the Ladybird, yes, look how beautiful that is. Look at the detail in those eyes. I mean, they're so incredible. £16.99, $24.49. A brilliant price, and you've also got the £13.59 there for you today on your Club and Spire, £19.59. Also, you're going to add the dies into there as well for you today. All the detail within the dies as well, including everything out for you, including the balloons and the sentiments. There they are for you at £16.99, $24.49. A Club and Spire discount, £13.59, $19.59 for you today. A great little collection, which I just think is beautiful. And then with the Ladybird, you want to go for Arthur the Bee. Here he is, buzzing onto screen as we speak. He is ready. Look at that. Look at the little bug on his nose. It's nice, his little fluff, it's his little fur. It's not a bug, it's his little fur. There he is, all the different stamps. Look at that, all the different detail you're getting there. £16.99, $24.49. And then if you're wanting to add the dies in as well, as an addition to that, you're going to need them, because I tell you what, you can do some cutting out here for you with these wonderful collections. £16.99, $24.49, a 15% saving. Remember Club and Spire price at £13.59, $19.59. Wow, what a great collection, which you are loving. Loads of you going crazy today. Gwen saying, oh, that's a cute stamp. They're all cute. This entire collection are just incredible. One of the things which you're asking about is the wonderful Stay Put craft mat, which you've seen Gordon and Justin using there. At £23.99, $34.89, 15% off on that for you today. So, Justin, you're now in the craft room. Like everyone's changed. It's like tag teaming all the time. I love it. You've got the Stay Put craft mats. Tell us, what is setting this apart from everybody else?
The Stay Put craft mat is you can actually heat resistant, heat proof. You can do all your spray, what they call the embossing, crystals, glitter. Do all your acrylic paint, acrylic inks, and then as well as your paste, and then you can just wipe it off and get it done, or you can just use a scraper and scrape it. It will not harm that. And then it is some airtight seal. At the bottom that you can see is nice and glossy. That is where the magic is.
Yeah.
It's literally, so basically it stays on where you want it to stay, and then you can do things and it does not move.
Look at that.
And then it's what is called Stay Put craft mat, because it does not move. I'm shaking a tree, you literally see shaking it.
That's how strong it is. Like I said, it looks like it's moving, but that's because the counter's on wheels. That's why it's
on wheels,
yeah,
but it's not moving at all. And then you can do sewing as well. You can do heat ironing as well. You can do lots of friendly plastics. If you're doing crystals and things which are melting or resins, you can literally just scrape it off. And then away you go, and then you can do perfect for blending and mixing colours on that as well.
Love the mat. Brilliant price. Remember, you get your Club and Spire discount on that as well. £19.19. Again, it states £27.91. Remember, if you want your Club and Spire, you bring your brand new to us here at Crafters TV. You're going to get 20% off your first order when you sign up to Club and Spire. It's absolutely free, and you get 250 bonus points, which means you get taken to bronze status. And every purchase after that will give you 5% off. Always worth saving up. But we are loving these stamps and these dies. We're going to have a look at Fiona. We adore Fiona. So let's have a look. What are you going to do for us?
Yeah, I'm going to use Fiona. And when it comes in that, it literally just gives you all your dies and your stamps and multi-layer crowns, flower crowns, which is down there. And then this is, so then you have multi-layer bow ties, and two multi-layers of what they call the bows and ribbons as well, which is there. And then of course you have a little, say, love and hugs sentiments. And then at back, that's where it will give you a step-by-step on how you can actually going. The third step is usually it's for a very, very light grey or very, very light material, which you can actually use to stamp on, just to create. You can use our Twilight paint, which is perfect. The iridescent one, I think that is a set 6, and you can just use a sponge and sponge it onto that stamp, and then create a nice shimmer for your areas as well. So, all right, so now what we are going to do, I'm going to sort of set up what we need to do. So I'm going to replace. So for, like you've seen Gordon did the Chatwood and Tilly, and then he adds the final touch to it.
Yes.
After the base layer.
Yeah.
But what we do with this one that I've also created is that you use your detail first, then the color to be added on top.
Right.
That's because it gives you a guide of what can be done with.
Absolutely.
All right, so once I finish with that one, I'm just going to take out my eyes. And then, okay, then I'm going to do a flower crown as well, which I'm just going to lay them. Always good to just lay them the way it is, and so it's easier for you to work with. All right, I'm going to use that and those two, and then away we go. Then just get my card through there. And then just put, for me, I like to start the stamping spread on the corner. It's good sometimes where any stamping platform out on the market, they have holes.
Yes.
Like the bar at the bottom or bar on the sides or both three ends. What happens is when you start pressing down, there's no support. That's where the buckle starts.
Yes, of course.
But for me, it's the stamping spread for me. I choose on the corner, is it just in case when clear stamps, sometimes they are very, very sticky.
Yeah.
And then especially when it's first new, and then it does lift certain things. So by then, you can actually just push it to the corner and you have perfect stamp.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm going to stamp my Fiona
There she is. I
on
love
there.
that.
And then I'm going to put her flower crown there, so I can stamp them all together. That's the joy of Stamper's Friend. You can just do multiple things all the time. And then if you're doing weddings and that, and then once you finish with that, just put it down, which is there. And then that's what we need to do. And then just put it through there. And then I'm just going to use the black ink.
Lovely.
Or if you like it to be a bit more subtle, you can use a very, very light orange, dark orange for Fiona, and it just give it a bit more blended.
Yeah, of course. A lot of you asking about the Stampers Friend Pro stamping platform. The details there on the bottom of your screen. A great investment today. You've seen how easy it is at £48.99, $71.04. Look at that. No effort is needed, and you're getting those clear stamps every single time.
So, example, I know I have not pressed the end there as much. So I'm going to lift that up to show you. If the end there very slightly.
Yes.
You can't see it on the screen, but I can see it. So as me as a crafter, I just want everything to be
absolutely,
detailed.
of course.
So then you can always go back there again, and then just give it another press in the areas that you missed. So once you finish with that, just remove your stamps. I'm just doing multiple stamping here, and so it's easier for you to start creating your images that you want. So the second level, so once I finish stamping, I'm going to use spray emboss to show you how you can shape and it maintains its, how do you say, the 3D-ness.
Yes, the definition of it.
3D-ness.
3D, no, I get what you mean, the definition, the fur and everything, absolutely.
Yeah, so for when you're doing the second layer of Fiona, just make sure you match the ears, which is there, and the paws, and that gives you a guide of where it's going to be. So, and then for the flower crown, so all you need to do, just make sure then the areas of the butts, that's where it is, just all you need to do, just click it through and make sure everything just lines there. And then I'm just going to line that slightly, and then I just wanted to go, and then the bow, of course, you can just do it there like that, and then just mention that to the area. And then all I'm going to do to that, both at a time, I'm going to just use a little orange, or you can use more of the burnt pumpkin, which is sometimes that's where fox are, more burnished color. But because for television, I always like to use orange.
Well, Scrap Paper Scissors just said, it's quite funny, she went, Fiona is adorable. I think my favourite. I love foxes, but every time they come into the vet office, they are really stinky. I don't think Fiona's a stinky fox. I think
Fiona is pretty. She's
elegant.
Her scent is Daisy.
Daisy like that, yes. Perfect.
That's why they're Daisy crowned. Okay.
Love it.
And of course, all the creatures that Justin is doing now, they all live in the garden next to the house that's owned by Tedward Tilley. I love it. And of course, Dexter the dog, he lives inside as well.
So,
of course.
They all live together in this wonderful, magical world.
So what I've done there, I'm just going to leave that because I have a little speckles of white on the end there. I do not want it a solid color. I want it to be more like vintage.
Yes.
Retro look to that. So I'm going to leave that. Just give it a bit more dimension. Okay.
I love that orange. That is just such a beautiful
the orange is just lovely, doesn't it?
Look
it's just,
at that.
Look at her. Isn't she adorable? Isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to, you look at it and say, oh. Come on, everyone, just say, oh.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, so then the second layer for the flower crown, it's where for the center bit. Or I'm going to use this bit of green, or you can use purple or pink. And just to spice it out a bit more, I'm just going to use green. And then that's the ears, of course, and the eyes. That's the second bit of this, the second layer of eyes. Just make sure that you use it a very light blue.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to do that and just make sure everything just go there. And clap it down. And then I'm going to use that green for the crown, what's left of the crown. Okay, and then I'm going to use a very light blue for the eye, for the outer eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, you see what I mean by outer eyes once I finish stamping. Okay, then of course we have a little pink inner ear. Because when I get this done, when I put all this together and design all this together, layer them out, I just wanted to give you all more chance of decorating.
Yes, of course.
Or just give them personality on that. So I'm just going to press the flower crown, then go into the eyes, into the area, and then just, if you have not pressed enough, just lift it and then press it again. But because the eyes there, you can see it's very light blue. Or maybe I put another, some more blue in there. And then that's the joy of Stampers' Friend. It just stays on it, stays where it is. And
absolutely.
you just need to blend that. And then I'm just put a bit more blue on it. Okay? I'm just going to show you what I mean by inner eyes.
Yeah.
That. Okay, so what I've done there, that's the inner eye.
Oh, wow. Look at the detail. That.
Yeah. Can you see the inner eye of the blue?
Yes. It's got stars there, hasn't she?
So I've not finished with the inner
Oh,
eye.
I'm
then
excited.
you have the pupil. Then once I put the outer,
Yeah.
it would just pop, which is just this here. This is the final piece.
Okay.
So that's all you need to do. Just link them. Just make sure everything just line up together. It's very easy to line up. Make sure the black pupils are within the area there.
Oh, I'm excited for this now.
Then just type that. And
Yeah.
then just take. Actually, this is a bit too blue. I like a bit of.
Yeah.
Okay. So this part here now, I'm just going to slowly, gentle.
Oh, wow.
You can see how the eye just popped now.
That is brilliant. I love that. Look at that.
You see the difference?
Yes,
of the eyes
really
pop.
does.
It has a glaze
Yeah.
to it. And it just give it it just makes it more alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just brilliant for that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to die cut this very quickly. That's why you need the dies.
Justin's
Yeah, of
gonna
course you
use
do.
the
Adding the dies
box
makes
next
your life
to shape the
easier.
fox.
Yeah. So we're going to get the die.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to die, and it comes with the shadows as well.
Yeah.
And then the shadows, which is for the backing, which I've just cut, and it just makes it more popped up.
Lovely.
Okay. And then that's the flower crown. And of course, we have that part there.
Yeah.
So the detail of the fox is just brilliant. And then, of course, you have that sign of all the love and hearts, and then the shadow for love and hearts, and all the different bows, flower crown, and then the top hat as well. Okay. So once you finish with this, just make sure it's very easy to line. Just make sure the black or the outer one is been lined up.
Yeah.
Like that. Then that's away you go. Just take your, just make sure that nothing runs.
A lot of
Okay.
people say they love this stamping and they'd love to get their alcohol markers on this and have a go at colouring it. And
Yes, you can. You
Yeah.
can do
They're
that.
twilight paints.
yeah,
And the twilight paints, as you know, are packed full of pigment
absolutely.
and sparkle.
Yeah.
And with this, they are just spectacular. Yeah.
Really are.
Yeah.
Great collection.
It's sort of you can just use whichever you just use the
Yeah,
final
whatever
one.
medium
If
you wish.
you love colouring, that's the
Yeah.
best part. For me, by giving you the layers, if you're in a hurry to do cards,
Yeah.
and then you can just stamp it and away you go. All right, once you finish with that, then just put into the Gemini. And then just read, it's as normal as anything dies. And there you go, this is Gemini Junior that I use. Because the shape itself, it's just perfect for
Yes.
an A6 card. All right, so once you finish with that,
Yeah,
you can see the
it straight
cutting from
away,
there
yeah.
already.
Look
you
at
can
that.
see that.
Perfect.
Yeah, so once you finish with that, I'm just going to do is to use spray emboss to shape
Yep.
Fiona as well. I'm just going to pop this out because due to time.
So the stain emboss, we're going to look at that a little bit later, spray emboss. What does that spray emboss
It
do?
shapes it.
Shapes it,
Give it
right.
a nice shape, and it maintains that shape, and it also, what it does is it sort of gives it a much like plastic feel to that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so what I'm going to do there, that's where you will get the Fiona when it's cut. It's just brilliant with all the details and that. Okay, so or when you're doing spray emboss, just spray on the back of it, like so, and then just leave it for about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Gordon will tell you more about the spray emboss in a minute, and that's where his demonstration will be for the full demonstration of spray
Perfect.
emboss. This is one of the craft essentials that you have to have in
Yes.
in your craft sesh. Okay, just shape that, and then I'm just going to do into areas. Okay, and then do that part, and then just going to just lift that down. So just give it a little shape.
Oh, wow.
Then the crown, the flower crown, I'm just going to go to the areas.
Yeah.
Because what happens here now, because there's little cut lines there and areas that it pops up. So it is just perfect for doing things like that. And then just put it in the middle there, just to give it a bit more shape. Then for Fiona, that's where you need to do is gently rock that through. Can you see all my cut lines?
Yeah.
It just gives you a more 3D feel to it. Because when I designed this one with the dies, I just wanted, and can you see the eyes just popped out?
Yeah.
Further, it's just give it a bit more dimension to it. It makes everything more alive. Okay, and then just do that, and then just form it. Of course, you can just do how you want it to do, and just shape there, and then just lift that up, and then just shape it there. Okay, and then of course you have that fur, and then the feet, you just have to rock it. Okay, like that, and then that's where it gives you more of the shape of that. And then can you see the cut lines of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So once you finish with that, that's where the most important thing is use your heat gun straight away.
Okay.
And that's where it will maintain the shape.
Yeah. I like this. A quiet heat gun as well. I like
Yes.
a quiet heat gun. That is perfect. Guys, if you want added spray emboss singles, we're going to talk about this a little bit later on, very, very shortly. But it's £10.99 for today, $16 at 1 cent, 15% saving. A third of the stock has already gone today. I'm not surprised. Look at that Club Inspired discount.
Just before it so completely dries up,
Yeah.
just go over the important areas that you want it to shape a bit more. Okay? And press that through. And then that's where it will give you that, maintain that dimension.
Yeah.
And then all I'm doing there now is just doing the areas here, and then that's where you do your final.
Lovely.
Okay, so just look there. And then once I just need to go and get some gel glue. Don't wait a minute, I'm not gone. Okay, so once you get that done, and then just leave it, and then just put a bit. Okay, so what happens is like you need to remember that all the accessories that you get from Basil, from Arthur, Lily, and as well as Fiona, they all mix and match together. They all fits together very, very well. Okay, so once you finish with that, then that's where you just put the gel and then just squirt it into the areas. I'm just doing very quick at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please do not use lots of glue. Okay, and then just clip that through. All right. Okay, that's fantastic. So once we get that one done, put your glue back, and then that's where the shadows comes in.
Yeah.
The shadow backing, which is just where I just showed you. Oh, let me just go and take a look. Which is this solid piece.
Yes.
Yeah, and that is perfect. You want something that to give it a bit more dimension and shadowing and things like that, and then just lay that down.
Oh wow.
Like that, and then you can just move Fiona slightly, and then just all you need to do, and then just grab and put some on the ears if you require. All right. Okay, and then just let it press down slightly because it's still a bit warm.
Yes.
Okay, and then that's where you put your crown on.
The crown is just such a great little addition, isn't it?
It is. It's just certain things. Just it's a bit extra. Just makes it a bit more.
She's an extra fox. I like
Yes.
that.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
wow.
just measure that, and then just put it into the areas that we went. And then, of course, you have the little bowl. Just squeeze there, and then click her on there.
Oh, I love it.
Bend slightly. And then that's where you have that little Fiona.
Look at that. Isn't that just
Can you see
incredible?
what the spray emboss does?
Yeah.
It's also can you let the eye pop there. Can you see that?
Love that.
It's
oh,
just perfect. So you need to have Fiona in your life.
you really
She
do.
smells of daisy.
Yeah, she's not a stinky fox. She ain't no stinky fox. A brilliant price for you on all your items today. Let's take a recap of everything that we've got for you today. Starting off first of all with the Basil the Mouse multi-layer stamp set. 30% of the stock gone here, £16.99, $24.49. If you're buying the stamps, you're going to want to add the dies into your basket. Here they are for you today. 25% of the stock has gone on the dice for you today, £16.99, $24.49. If you're wanting Fiona the Fox, she's so shashy. There you are, £16.99, $24.49. How much has gone, Georgina? 30% of the stock has gone on the wonderful Fiona at Club Inspired there as well. Fiona the Fox dies if you buy the stamps. 20% of the stock gone on this at £16.99, $24.49. I'm not surprised at that wonderful price on Club Inspired for you today. Lily the Ladybird, again, a beautiful little collection, £16.99, $24.49. 20% of the stock has gone on Lily the Ladybird, that Club Inspired discount. On top of that, £13.59, $19.59. You're going to get the stamps. You can add the dies in. 20% of the stock of the dies gone as well, £16.99, $24.49. Then if you've got Arthur the Bee, because it is buzzing, at £16.99, $24.49. 20% of the stock has gone on that. There's that 20% saving as well if you're Club Inspire at £13.59, $19.59. And if you're buying the stamps, you're going to want to add the dies. Again, a great saving here for you. 20% of the stock has gone on this. £16.99, $24.49. Your Club Inspire price at £13.59, $19.59. So many of you getting in touch with today's show. Gwen Terry saying, that's so cute. Scrap Papers is going, oh my goodness, well done, Justin, so sweet. And apparently the spray emboss has fallen into her cart. I'm not surprised at that wonderful price at £10.99, $16.01. You get a 15% saving here. Club Inspire price, £8.79, $21.81. So Gordon, we just seen Justin use it ever so slightly there, and we can see what it's doing. But tell us, the spray emboss, where's this? This is a great idea. Love this.
Spray emboss is an ultra-fine mist spray.
Yep.
We first formulated it, many years ago, 17 years ago, to solve embossing problems. I'll try and show you that in a second. It then became the solution for all your die cutting problem, for your intricate dies, solved all those problems as well, all those dies that don't cut. And then, so many things it did. But the latest thing that a lot of people are using it for, like you saw Justin a second ago, is sculpting die cuts. So you saw Justin sculpting the, was it the mouse? He was the fox. He had the fox a second ago, and you'll notice he was using the heat gun. So let's start off with that. But I'm going to show you how to do your flowers using spray emboss. Now then, I have these ones here in front of me. I have another one here. Let me just get this right. There we are. I'll bring this one as well. So of these two here, I've already coloured. So let's start off with the one I haven't coloured first of all.
Okay.
Okay, I'm using the Stress Oxides because I like using them. Crafters Companion have their own water reactive inks as well, which are equally as good. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to start adding some colour like this, willy-nilly. Now, I am not very good at blending. You don't have to be good at blending for what I am about to show you.
Okay.
So I'm going to take various colours.
Yep.
And all I'm doing is adding the colour like this, yeah? Now I'm not paying much attention to what I'm doing. I'm not doing this very accurate. I'm just adding colour. I'm going to take this one as well. Okay, let's take this colour and let's just put this one in here like this. Blend it in with the other colours. Yep, like that. So I'm just adding colour willy-nilly. And of course, my blending skills are absolute rubbish, but don't worry about it because I'm going to show you something in a second. So if you're no good at blending, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to solve a lot of problems. So those are our 3 die cuts, okay? We've added the colour, so what do we do now? Well, we take our spray emboss and we aim it at the die cuts. We'll leave them there, we'll just move that out the way, and very gently start spritzing, like that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and like that. Now then, I am going to grab these.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one thing I didn't tell you, by the way.
Go on.
This time, I am using copy paper, thin copy paper. Like you put in any printer or computer. I am not using thick card like I normally do because I wanted to show you something else, because spray emboss works with virtually anything. So this is incredibly delicate.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do at the moment.
Love this.
I will tell you. So we've now spritzed these on both sides of spray emboss, but I want you to watch the front. Remember what I said a second ago, that I'm no good at blending, and I'm not? Yep. So watch those colours on there, because you will notice that they're blending all on their own, okay? So what we're going to do now, I'm going to take my little mat here, okay? I'm going to do these one at a time, very gently, because remember, this, I'm using thin paper here, computer paper here. It's like, I think it's about between 60 and 80 grams. It's very, very thin anyway. And what I want to do, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do one of them actually.
Okay.
Then I'm going to show you something else about spray emboss. If I have time, I will come back and do the other 2 as well. But let me show you what I'm wanting to do. So, as you can see, I'm using the ball tool to add a bit of dimension to this. Okay, let me get that off there. Now, as Justin showed you a second ago, the beauty of spray emboss and the secret to spray emboss is using your heat gun to speed dry what you're trying to do. Do not let it dry naturally, because it won't work. So we take our heat gun at this second. I'm now blasting it with the heat on one side. Okay, now just keep going for a second. Then I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to blast it on the other side with the heat as well, like that. Then I'm going to stop. I'm going to take my die cut again, back on the mat with my ball tool. Okay, it's not perfectly dry yet. Can you see what I'm doing now?
Yeah.
Adding much more dimension. Now, you can shape this in whichever way you want. I'm just doing this for speed at the moment. I know people at home have a different way of sculpting things, so I'm just trying to show you quickly. So I've sculpted that into shape. I'm just going to speed dry it now, and this time I'm going to dry it thoroughly. Let's just do this for you. Turn it over. So remember, if you're trying to sculpt anything at all and you want it to hold its shape, you do what we're doing now with the spray emboss, and you use your ball tool, but you must speed dry it with your heat gun like this. And why? I'm just about to tell you why. Right, so I'm finished. Now, first of all, let's have a look at that. Can you see that that is now shaped?
Yeah.
And it has actually gone brittle. Okay, let me show you the back as well. The whole thing has been shaped and it has gone brittle. If I do it with the other ones now, I can build it up and make a flower.
Yeah.
And that will hold its shape like nothing else I can think of. Spray emboss is a unique product that does that for you. There is no other way of doing it. Justin did it a second ago with the fox, and I'm now doing it to show you how you make the flowers. I'm using it this time out of thin computer paper. Whether it's thick card you use or computer paper, you can sculpt all your die cuts, all your flowers to do that. Now, we're going to come back and do these other 2 in a second. I just want to quickly run through the other things that spray emboss does for people.
Okay.
So I'm quickly going to take my die cutting machine. Now, we told you about solving your cutting problems. I have now got 320 gram card. okay?
Yeah.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to spritz that lightly on both sides. Remember, spray and emboss is a very fine mist spray. You're not soaking your card or anything like that. I'm going to show you this die. This is my nightmare die from the past 17 years. Can you see that die? Yep, I cannot believe how many times this die has been almost gone in the bin, how many times it's been thrown against the wall, how many times I've hit Justin over the head. I'm only kidding. But this is my nightmare die. One of those dies you really struggle with, and then you end up putting it in the drawer and you can't use it.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut it right in the center of my machine. I'm not using any shims, no pieces of card or anything, no magnetic mat, nothing at all. I'm just using what comes with the machine. Now then, I've got my two plates stuck together here. Got one plate there. That's it. That goes on there like that. Oh, there it is. I can't find my other plate for looking at it. Right, close up with the top plate like that. Now, all I'm wanting to do is cut this as quickly as possible, like we all do at home. I'm running it forward, and then I'm going to run it back. So it's forward and back once. Then I'm going to stop and show you something and explain something to you. Right, so let me hold that up again. Now, you can see that using the spray emboss, that has cut all the way through. But at this point, you people at home may have a die that still has a problem, and at this point, you will see that it's not cutting, or there are bits that are missing. That's probably because it is a faulty die. How do I solve those problems for you? Okay, we take the whole thing, the card embedded in the die, we take our spray emboss, again, hold it about 12 inches away, and very lightly spritz the card that's now embedded in the die, paying attention to the part that's not cutting. That's important. Again, golden rule, leave it for about 30 seconds to sink into the paper. Spray emboss interacts with the fibres permanently in your card. Incidentally, I could do this tomorrow and I will get the same results. I don't have to spritz the card again. So you can do it straight away, or you can do it once the card is dry. It's entirely up to you. Now, we ran it through like that the first time. I'm now going to twist it 180 degrees. I'm going to put it back in the center of my die cutting machine. Again, we're not using any shims, nothing that doesn't come with the machine. We are not going to break the machine because we're not doing that. And in my 22 years, I have never broken one machine because this is what we do. So let's go back and forward quickly once again. And as they say, the proof is in the pudding. So remember, without spray emboss, I know with this die, I'd be struggling even after 10 times. Let's hold it up like that. Let me go like that for you, like that and like that and like that. There's these little bits here. They are all cut. I'll just pull them out. Perfectly cut, and all that was run through the machine using everything that came with the machine, nothing extra. That's all you do. Now then, a question I get asked is, will that flatten out? It'll be yes, it'll be perfectly flat. Can I use anything to decorate it? Yes, you can. You can do everything you normally do. It will do no harm. This will be dry in a minute, and off you go. So one other thing I want to show you. The name is Spray Emboss. That tells you something, because spray emboss was originally invented not for die cutting, but embossing, because in the early days we were trying to emboss things like this, but it wasn't easy. Now then, so I again am taking 320 gram card and a thin plastic stencil. You people at home know that's not easy. So I put my stencil down there. We take our 320 gram card. I like to use thick card to do this, so you know I'm not cheating. Now what we're going to do, again, I'm spritzing it very lightly because it's a very fine mist spray, both sides like that. Again, it's not dripping, we didn't use much. We leave it again for about 30 seconds to penetrate the card. It has to interact with the fibres. It's altering the makeup of the fibres in the card. And then what we do, we put it down on top of our stencil, just like we did before using the die. We're not using any shims, nothing that's not meant to be used with the machine. And that goes for every die cutting machine, and it also goes for your electronic machines as well. Use what's in the instructions, don't add anything extra. Incidentally, spray emboss, because you're not using much of it, it's very safe to use with your electronic machines. You don't have to worry about that. Oh, I've gone too far with my plates there, hold on. Got my plates mixed up. I'll just remove that one. Put the embossing mat back on like that. Back on with my top plate. Let's run this back and forward through the machine. And what I want to show you is the depth of embossing.
Yeah.
You will find that you're embossing on a thin plastic stencil or anything like that, even on the thickest of card like I'm using here, you will be amazed and you will find that it's about 3 times deeper than you would normally get. So we'll remove that, and I want you to see that, the thickness. Let's just hold that there.
Look at that.
Can you see the thickness of the
wow,
embossing
that's
there?
incredible.
Let me turn it over to the deboss side. Look at that. That is 320 gram card. Okay. Now then, one other thing I'd like to show you. I think I've got it ready here. Yep. So the other problem people have is with embossing folders, especially the big embossing folders.
Yes.
What happens is you end up with a line down the middle that isn't embossed like the sides. Again, the sides will be deeply embossed, then your middle will miss. So I'm using 320 gram card again. Yeah, so I'm not cheating. Again, 12 inches away, spray emboss, spritz away. There we are. I try and spritz this one over because it's a big piece of card. Right, remember the what we said before? We leave it for about 30 seconds to penetrate the card. Yep. And then what we do, we open up our embossing folder.
Yeah.
We put the card in. When you run an embossing folder through a machine, by the way, it's always best to put the open end in first, not the closed end, because the closed end is thicker. Now then, if I can remember my sandwich, we'll see how we get on. I think this is right.
Question for you about the spray and emboss. Does it have a scent?
It's not that one, it's the thin plate.
Thin plate. Does it have a smell to it, the embossing
nothing
spray?
at all.
No scent?
Smell free, nope, nothing at all. And there's nothing in there that would cause you any harm or anything like that. Right, we've got the sandwich right. Back and forward, again, all I want you to see is the depth of the embossing.
Yeah.
Think about your 3D embossing folders and things like that.
Yeah.
You will be totally amazed at the difference, you really will.
Anne's asking, so if you just use the spray to treat the card before you emboss it,
Yes.
do you need to use the heat gun on it after if you're doing the embossing?
No, we only use the heat gun because we were sculpting.
Yep.
As regards what we're doing now, no, we don't have to do that.
Perfect.
So, the big reveal, remember, 320 gram card. Have a look at the depth of the embossing. And
Brilliant.
You see that? I'll turn it over, the deboss side. That 320 gram card, big embossing folder, spray emboss. It doesn't get any better than that. Do it with all your embossing folders. With 3D embossing folders, oh my God, the difference is dramatic.
Absolutely. Loads of you going crazy for it. Miriam's going, this is the demo that sold me on the spray emboss last time, and it sold out. And Carol Ann's just said, I'm supposed to be doing something productive, but I'm hooked on this demo. 50% of the stock has gone on the spray emboss. This may not be here back when the guys join us later on tonight in Monday Makers. So if you have got this in your basket, I wouldn't wait on it. I'd check it out now. £10.99, $16.01. That's saving 15%. Add on top of that your Club Inspired discount, £8.79, $12.81. 50% of the stock has gone. Loads of you going crazy for this. Gordon, Justin, thank you so much. We'll see you back for Monday Makers. Thank you so much, guys. Do not go anywhere. We've got another hour, or less than an hour, to have back our wonderful launch day. Craig's going to be joining us back here in the studio very, very shortly. Check out your baskets from the guys from Be Creative and get ready to refill them with these brand new dies. We'll see you shortly.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash. Make your die cutting tools last as long as your love for crafting with the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates. Your metal dies are put under lots of pressure with each pass through your Gemini die cutting machine. So to make sure they cut crisp, clean, delicate designs for years to come, you need to look after your dies, and that's where the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates come in. Quick Buy. Get yours now.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Hello, yes, well, let me pick it up. I dropped it and it's annoying me. If it'll be on the floor, I've got it back. Here it is. Welcome back to Crafters TV, brought to you by Crafters Companion. My name's George Akid. Happy Monday, brand new week, brand new deals, brand new launches. Thank you to Gordon and Justin from Be Creative. They're going to be back in the middle of Monday Makers later on this evening or afternoon, wherever you are. So much love for their brilliant products that they've got. Head to the website crafterscompanion.com.co.uk, shop the show, you'll see everything they've got, or rewind the show now and watch that wonderful last hour that we've had. Craig's back in the studio with his jelly tots. You all right there, Craig?
I'm doing good, thank you very much. Yes, ready to go for the last half of this launch day. Let's have a look at these. 3D concertina dies, absolutely exquisite. The depth they give you, however, you can then absolutely fold them down if you want to, press them down. Got two options, you're getting them both within the actual launch day collection. So you've got your vines and then you've got your florals. Then what we've got is an option to go big. Within each set, what you're going to do is you're going to get 3 dies. You're going to get a corner, and then you're going to get 2 of these centres. Now, the corners, these ones are 2 inches, then you've got a centre one that's 2 inches, but you've also got one that's 3 inches. So you can do 7 by 5, 6 by 4, you can then do 7 by 7, 8 by 8, all of these sizes you can then start to do. So whether you are framing your sentiments, maybe your die cuts, maybe your flower forming, you can absolutely do that. Then go into your forms of wedding cards, absolutely beautiful. How very, very simple is this one here? And with this one, all it's done is created the frame with the concertina, die cut element in the middle, die cut with your flowers, that is it. So it's so simple, but with respect, it is absolutely beautiful. So you've got your larger one, you've got your smaller ones that you can see here. Maybe you only want to use the corners, you can absolutely do that. The option is in your hands, but then maybe what about doing little notelet sets? You don't have to use them in the form that they're initially intended, but as they are our wafer thin dies, as we explained within the first hour of the launch day, what about popping them onto your foil press? Foil with them, and then you just need to snip off the tabs on your cardstock that you foiled onto. You've got photo corners, you've got tuck-ins, so many ways in which you can use them. However, the basis ways of the 3D concertina effect are absolutely exquisite, absolutely beautiful. There's so many things you can do.
You can indeed. I remember when we did launch party last week, myself and Debbie Fisher my goodness, was that lady excited about these. She could not stop squealing with excitement. The Concertina 3D Border die collection was the wonderful 6 elements. A 20% saving, that's the steal on a bargain of a launch day. £23.98, $26.95. Your Club Inspire price, £19.18, $21.56. There's my sneeze. You've got the lace, again, you just see there with Craig, 3 great dies, wafer thin, perfect to go through your hand-powered machines, these. There's your lace, and then you've got the vines here for you. 2 great families of dies. When you've got them together, I mean, they're just beautiful, aren't they? They really are stunning. Something just so good about them. There they are for you today at £23.98, $26.95. Your Club Inspire Platinum price, £19.18. $21.56. Remember, if you've got any questions or anything you want to ask, today is the day to do it on this brilliant launch day. Get involved, Colleen's on the socials, comment below, and we'll answer those questions for you whilst in the show. So much to get crammed in the next 45 minutes. I can't believe where the time's gone, Craig. I mean, it's just flown by.
Man,
absolutely. So what are you going to demonstrate for us today then, Craig?
So within the first hour of launch day, what we've done is we used the corners alone, and we showed you how to make a clean and simple card, and then we've done another one using it into an easel. With this demonstration and the next one, because we will get 2 done in the last 45 minutes, all that I've done here is we've now gone into the lace. This is the lace set.
Yeah.
So what I want is our corner, and I also want the 2-inch frame. So I want these 2 here. So we're going to then take these ones out. Let me get a hold of my die tool so we can then take these ones. And then what I'm wanting with this one is we're going to have our 4 corners, but then I only want 2 of these little insert frame tabs.
Right.
And that goes to show, or this will show, how you can create lots of different ways with these concertina frames. And that's because what you can then do is have your 4 frames. You might want the 2-inch one at the top and the bottom, and the 3-inch one at the left and the right. Might be the other way round. You might only want your 2-inch at the top and the bottom. There's so many ways. Once you start to have a play, and keeping in mind, taking into account the measurements of each individual die, that's where it's giving you so many different measurement options of the sizes that you can create. But the good thing is you don't have to do any measurement or any measuring. All you need to do is simply cut however many you want.
Lovely.
So all that I'm doing at the moment is doing these onto our white card. The other thing that I was quite keen to do in the first hour, and doing the same within this hour, is die cut them all at the once, and that just shows you how quick and simple you can then cut these ones. So I've got my 2 inner panels, so these are our inner frames, so I've got that one, and then there is our 2 of our corners. If you need to show anything at the moment, George, by all means, please do so, because all that I'm away to do is cut another 2 of these. That's it.
Lovely.
Nothing else.
Well, let me show you some brilliant concepts that you can do with these. I mean, they really are a really clever card. I mean, use them as card fronts. You're using a bit of acetate there, and again, open it out like that. You've got a brilliant card front like so. Do it again, maybe as a photo frame. I mean, a lot of love for that. Again, bringing it just there for you. Again, I just love that. Loving these. You guys are going crazy for them today. Remember, if you've got any questions or anything you want to ask, I mean, there's nothing stopping you using it as this card front as well, using that same kind of design there as a card front there. You could do it as a 10-fold card, just like so. Or again, using them as a 6x6. Again, as a 10-fold card. Make it into a shaker element if so wish. So many great ideas. A brilliant price. I can't believe the price on launch day. £23.98. Yeah, it is, Georgie. It's affordable, and that's the great thing about it. Again, a great affordable price. But when you start doing something with these, I mean, they look great in that wonderful black and white concept. But you start putting your flower farming into that. Maybe you are putting flowers in there. Maybe do you want to keep them a bit safe and protected? You want to keep that definition. Maybe using the wonderful spray and emboss. You want to keep that, you know, your things that you're spending your time making on, you want to protect them. You don't want them to get squished. You don't want them to get damaged. And these they just add that simple elegance to them. Really, really do. And they're just a brilliant price as well. A 20% saving on a brand new launch. Remember, you've got the two different designs. You've got the wonderful lace, and you've also got the wonderful vines as well. Two brilliant ideas, and I've got a feeling we'll see more of these in the future. Let me remind you of the two different designs. You've got the vines there for you today. And you've also, they're the vines, and they are the lace there. 20% saving. I mean, Craig, I think everyone's going crazy for these today. I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised as well. And, you know, just to reiterate what you said as well, George, it's the price, but it's the different things that you can do. The look that it gives you, and it gives you that frame, that elegance frame, but it's got that bounce in it from the concertina effect. So what I have done is I have done my 4 corners, and I've got my 2 edges here. So when it comes to the corners, the way they've been created, you have this little V in one of them, and that's where your elements, your layers are going to concertina in. And all that I'm going to do is, with the score lines included, we're going to do mountain, valley, and then mountain. And then we're going to do, again at the side, mountain, valley, and then mountain. And then at this point, it's very much like box making, where these two cross over. So what we can then do is go in with our red liner tape.
Yep.
You can use your tacky glue, your adhesive of choice. I know we have a set of red liner tape on the show where you're getting 3mm and you're also getting your 6mm.
Yeah.
I am using a 12mm for speed. It is out of stock at the moment. You might already have some. But if you know our website by now, you know that all you need to do is pop your email address, and you'll get an email once the 12mm back in stock.
Or just use 2 pieces of your 6mm.
Exactly.
Or 4 pieces of your 3mm.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's all that you need to do.
Or 1 metre, I'm sorry, that's it. So I was like, or 12 pieces of your 1mm. It doesn't go that small, I'm sorry.
But yeah, you can do it. And I was doing that within the first 2 demos earlier, using the red liner tape that we've got on the show.
Yeah.
But again, I know so many of you will already have 12mm, but it just saves just a little bit extra time when it comes to attaching. So doing the same, mountain, valley, and then mountain. Now, unlike the first 2 demos, when you are creating your frame, little bit different in starting to create them. And what you're wanting to do, and this is all explained within your step-by-steps, you're going to want some strips of cardstock.
Right.
So I'm going to do it the way that's got it in the instructions, but what you'll soon see is you don't necessarily have to use these strips.
Okay.
These are a good way to construct it at first, but also hide some of the workings, and I'll show you that in a second. So all that I've done is I've got some strips that are 1/2 inch by 7 inches and 1/2 inch by, well, I've cut this down to 4 inches. The instructions do say 4 strips of 1/2 inch by 7, and that's because you're going to trim them down in a minute, but that will become apparent. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start to construct our corners. So I've done one of them, so we can then do the rest of them. Nothing different, you know, other than your mountain, valley, mountain. And I've been using some plain cardstock within our demos to show you how spectacular you can make your projects out of our simple range of cardstock. But these are our wafer thin die, so these are still going to cut all of your speciality cardstock. So if you're doing your glitter cardstocks, then that's going to be an absolute treat. But of course, think of your Centura Pearl. It's going to work really, really well. So we can then do that one, and then last but not least, I'm going to do this one.
Had Dash just said, I remember that was Debbie Fisher that was so excited about the Concertina Borders. That got me excited as well. I remember it was me and Debbie in the studio, and she had a bit of a giggle fit. You know what she's like. But when she saw these, she was so excited. And it got you guys really excited as well. And I remember how excited you guys were once we gave a little sneaky peek of it on launch party last week. Loads of love for those. I mean, there's some great launches tomorrow.
There is.
Are you excited
Lots
about
of
that?
good things coming up.
Loads. Are you excited for that tomorrow? The Academy of Colour. Leanne's going to be here.
She is indeed.
Exciting. I'm going to be here. Ben's going to be here.
So now that I've cut these ones and I've popped my adhesive just onto the corner, if you remember I was saying about that little V that's inbuilt there, and that's because when your top layer goes in, it nestles nicely into the middle. So when it concertines down, then it just means that it's going to sit snugly. So this is where, very similar to creating the box edges, we're going to do corner to corner, and we're going to press. So we only need to do these ones on the corners. We don't have to do them on the straight edges because, of course, there's no corner to then match up with. But we can then do our other 4. So we can come into these ones here, and then we can then come into these ones here. So cross it over, as I was doing with the other ones, and then we can then marry them and then press. So now that we have got our 4 corners here, what I'm then going to do, let me just take these ones out here and here. I like to construct mine before I put these little tabs in. You might want to do it separately. But what I'm going to do is on one of my strips, I'm going to come in, and then all that I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck that one into that top panel,
Right.
or that top strip. And then what I'm going to do is you do get a little bit that's just peeping out the edge there where my thumbnail is. So all that I'm going to do is use my scissors and snip it out there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my next one. So this one I'm now using my straight panel.
Yep.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm then going to come along, and where we've got our decorative part, if I fold that back, your next panel here, that is going to sit snugly right next to it.
Yep.
And your strip is going to attach to it. So then what we're starting to get is our frame. But what this strip also does is it eliminates the look of all the joins.
Yes.
So you can see on that side you've got the joins there. That would be seen from through your die cut detail. So having that strip, what it does is it creates the frame to start with, but it also hides all of your little workings.
Perfect.
So then all that we would do, once again, now we're going into the bottom bit, I'm going to then pop that one in. We can then trim it if needed, because a couple of them you will just need to trim, but it's better than being a bit longer than not. I'm going to then trim just a tiny smidge more. And then what we'll find is then that's then going to create our lovely frame left-hand side. So we can press that one in. So as we can see here now, this is now starting to go on our left-hand side. So what I'm going to do is I'm then going to swap over to the opposite side, and we're going to do exactly the same, so nothing different. And then when we do come along with our patterned layer for the background, this is when I'll show you the, you could simply tuck them straight in one by one, but by starting to frame them first with your strips, as I say, it's all about hiding the workings, but it is you can do them separately if you want. You know what I mean? We've got the instructions. The instructions there are to show you a nice, easy way to do it, seamless way to do it. But if you do find it easier doing them individually, then you absolutely can do it. There's no rules as such.
It's what works for you, isn't it?
Exactly.
It might not work for someone else, but it might for you.
That's the thing. We will always tell you and show you what we feel is the best way, the easiest way, and as to why. For instance, the main reason being hiding the workings, but then you're going to find your own way. And if you do find it easier, whichever way that you choose to do it, that is absolutely fine. So then that will tuck in there, but yeah, just need to trim off a little bit here. So what we can then do is tuck that one in. There we go, happy with that one, and then press. So this is where I've got my 4 corners, and I've got my 2 centre panels, but I'm not wanting a centre panel at the top and the bottom. I want to keep it like that.
Okay.
But I could add one, and then I could make it square. But what I could do, if I wanted to, George, was add the 3-inch one and make it longer.
Nice.
I might want to do the 3-inch and the 2-inch together.
Yeah.
All that you would do is if you do the strips, you're just going to make them longer.
Perfect.
Half an inch, always half an inch in width, but the length of it is then going to be entirely, what you decide on the length you want it to be. So bringing that back in together, and nothing different other than what I've done before, we're going to take another couple of strips here. And in actual fact, I just want to make sure let's see about, because I can still trim them after, but I only roughly want to see, there we go, so I'm going to trim just a little bit off here and then here, taking the backs off. The other thing that's personal preference is your adhesive, so you can do this with your tacky glue. All you need to take into account is holding it together for the tacky glue to dry.
Yeah.
But we're going to do exactly the same as before, so we're going to tuck this one in to the bottom. If I need to trim that side, which I don't, we're okay. We can then overlay this one in, and we can then overlay that into the top bit, and then we can then press that one in. So that's now secured the top of our frame, and then it's hidden the workings as well. Then we're going to come in, and then we're going to pop one into there. We're then going to bring this one into here. We're going to press all of that together. Then what we are ended up with is our beautiful 3D concertina frame that's hidden the workings in the top surrounding part.
Yep.
But then what we can then do is then we can come along, and then I'm going to open these ones here, and then I'm going to tuck my cardstock underneath. So let's just take all my adhesive off. You could be more given when it comes to your adhesive, but I'm just tucking it in this way. Once again, you're going to find what way you find easiest. This is the way that I like to do it. Always been like that. I like to tend to form whatever it is that I'm creating, and then I start to tuck in my, cardstock or adhesive. But then we can press that one in. I'm going to press them down. Let's just take that bit off, press it too much to my glass mat. But there we go. And then I can take my adhesive. So if I go around the edges, now to actually, not so much construct, but to actually attach it to my card base, my double-sided tape would be more than satisfactory.
Yeah.
But look at that, we've now got our 3D concertina frame all the way around. And then what I'm going to do is I've already taken, with my little cheat sheet, I've already taken a piece of our white smooth stamping card. It's 8 by 3/4 by 6 inches. And then what I've done is I've scored it 4 inches and 4 3/4.
Yeah.
This is going to give me a little sort of book effect here. And then what I'm going to do, let's bring this back in. I'm going to pop these bits just back over just for a second, because what I want to do is I want to then bring in, I believe it's, I think it's, is it green topaz we've got in the collection of the opaque pigment?
Yes.
Opaque pigment.
Yes, it is.
So I've done that, taken my opaque pigment, and this is another one, George, where it is you may want to ink it first. If I'm at home, I would do my inking first. But if you forget, don't worry, because all that I want to do is touch the edges. So we're going to go around with our pigment ink pad, the green topaz. And with it being our pigment ink pad, if I wanted to come on top with embossing powders, that would look really, really elegant by having all of this frame with your clear embossing. But that's all that I'm going to do, keeping it very, very simple. Taking my back layers off. And on the show as well, what we've also got is our floral decoupage.
Yes, we have.
So if you've not seen them, I did use them in the first 2 demonstrations that you can go back and see how to form them. But what I have done is I've taken the yellow roses and I've already created my decoupage. So if I bring this one in.
Oh, wow.
So we can then go in. I'm taking the back off. This could be a photo. This could be, ticket memorabilia.
Yeah.
This could be absolutely anything that you want to create or form really, really lovely floral frame. So let's pop that one there. And because you've got the height, what you've got is, I've lost what I was about to say there. Because you've got the height, you've got the protection of decoupage
Yes.
or stamped image or whatever it is that you are wanting to protect, you can absolutely do that. But we've got on your special day, that fits all the way around. And then what I'm going to do is take in one of the techniques that I love to do, and that is
Foil press.
stamp.
No.
Well, apart from that, I
from that.
do like that. Yeah, it's a good shout on that one. But I've taken our white smooth stamping card, and with the coordinated stamp that you get with the rose, I've stamped it out in our green, and I have then gone round with my ice grey too.
Oh, wow.
And then we're going to come in with these ones. This is going to go in the front. So this is going to create a lovely front for our box card.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've also already done is I've die cut one layer with our rose.
Yep.
And then using the die on its own, what I've done is I've taken our luxury card that we've got on the show, and I've taken the green mat, and I've die cut just the die. And you can see all that
wow.
deboss that you get. I'm going to do a drop shadow, and using my Celebrate die that I have got, I know I can't help but think that, can you?
Sorry.
And then, so I've die cut that out in the green.
Sorry, I just want to tell everyone what you missed was Craig dancing to Tina Turner outside. But what happened was there was a really important meeting going on. They all just turned around and looked at him, and I was like, he's like, well, you should be in the cafe then. He was having a great time. I loved it.
Thanks. Just land me in it there, George. Thank you for that one. Just land me in it.
I agreed with you. Why would you won't have a meeting there? That's the Tina Turner performance area.
Performance area, absolutely.
Have you seen the video of Tina Turner musical at the minute with the woman? She's smashing Tina Turner. She's doing the rolling, and her wig,
No, I've not.
wig flies off, and she's there, wig cap's on. She's still giving it, and then just kicks the wig off stage, carries on rolling in the river with no wig, no Tina Turner hair.
No, I've not seen
I'll
that.
find it for you. It's great little laugh.
I've not seen that at all.
Professionalism.
Look at that.
Oh, great! That's really.
But
I
there
love
we
it.
go, and then open it up, and then you've got your frame within the middle that you can see there. So of course that is the decoupage, but you could be popping whichever you like. And keeping in mind, okay, it's not going to fold completely flat.
No.
However, going from that depth to then, relatively flat, but with all of that detail. And many of the layers, yes, I already had done, certainly the stamping that and the decoupage, but it doesn't take long to absolutely create something absolutely phenomenal such as that.
Absolutely, and I mean, I just love it. I love these dies. When I look at something, I go, what can you do with that die? I'll be honest, I go, what can you do with that? And look at that, it's great. Brilliant price there with your two different designs. Let me remind you on the show, which you are going crazy for, is the Enchanted Dreams 12x12 paper pad. 30% saving for you today, which is just incredible. £10.49, $13.96, a 30% saving. Remember your Club and Spy discount, £8.38, $11.70. That's ridiculous. £8 for this wonderful paper pad. If you're buying the dies, you want to keep them safe. You really do. You look after your dies, they'll look after you. The large die and stamp folder with the 2 packs of magnetic panels. You're getting one set of the panels absolutely free. £26.98, $34.94. Remember, you've got a great storage folder again. The 3 great pockets inside and the brilliant sheets on that 3-ring binder. You can put your dies there, you know exactly where they are. £26.98, $34.94, platinum price, Club Inspire, £21.58, $27.95. Craig is chomping at the bit. You'll love these dies, don't you, mate?
I do, absolutely, and I know obviously with having the legends, Justin and Gordon here, we had their product on, but I was determined to get our 4 demos in so that we can then show you at least 4 different intricate ways in which you can use them. Or, well, you could be doing 2 simple ways like I done earlier on, and then 2 more advanced ways if you wanted to. So what I have done already is I've got white smooth stamping card once again, and I've cut to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4.
Yeah.
I have taken this little panel here, and I have gone in at 2.5 by 5 3/4. So this is now where our little storybook is going to come into play.
Yep.
So then, I tell you what, let's start to assemble these ones to start with. So what I'm going to do is, where I've got my little tabs, they're going to go onto the inside so that I can cover our workings.
Yep.
And that's what it's all about when it comes to your projects or any sort of form of crafting that you do with depth. We want to hide the workings. So if I take these ones off, and then I'm going to pop that right up to the edge. And within this one, I'm going to be using our Enchanted Dreams cardstock. And that's because with this style, I can't even, do you know what it is? It's the white, my score line's blending into my craft mat, and I can't even see it.
Loads of people loving this, Craig. Mary Pat on 1000. I already saved this class for inspiration when I get the dies.
Oh, brilliant.
Love that. I love that. Loads of you loving that last demo that you just did there with the collapsing down. They really do.
Do you know what it was as well? Is I just wanted to show a good variety of different styles. Still limited in the time that we've got, but then you know that you know, over the coming week and couple of weeks when girls on the team, they have shows and segments with them, that you're going to find lots of other things that you can do. So what we can do now is let's go in with our cardstock, and notice so far within my demonstrations, all the cardstock that I've been using has been our white smooth cardstock, or one of our colour cardstocks in Tura Peril, and that is to show you that you can still be creating real extravagant gifts if you want them to be gifts, but using your basic core, you know, kind of cardstock or materials that you've got at home. Now for this one, I actually only need the corners, and for this one, I have and will use the ones that I have pre-prepped, because I need 8 of them for this one.
Someone's asking about the size of the dies. Will they go through your mini?
They won't go through your mini.
No.
No, because the actual form of the die, you size-wise, we can see here. So although the main focus that you're going to have on that corner is quite small, they won't go through your mini because you've got these extended die parts.
Yes.
Good question, but you certainly, your MIDI, they'll go through your MIDI.
Lovely.
Absolutely. So we've got our corner here. So we've got our corner with our little rose, but if I bring these ones that I've already concertinaed, and I've gone round the edges with our crushed velvet pigment, so we've got a nice selection that we've used on the show today. And so I've got my 8 of them here. So what we can do, once again, is I'm going to spend just a little bit of time with my red liner tape, because it really is worthwhile using it strong. Because you don't want to go to all this trouble.
No.
And the thing is as well, George, your tape runner or your double-sided tape will more than likely be efficient enough.
Yeah.
You know, but you don't want to take that chance.
No.
Red liner tape or your tacky glue is there for a purpose. It's to give you extra strength. It's for things such as construction. So, you know, you may as well use it. That's what it is for. So we're doing that. And as you can see, what I tend to do, instead of keeping it on the roll, I tend to take off a strip, and then I will then just cut away at that strip that I've taken. And let's go in with our last little bit, because I only need one.
Did you say it on a roll?
I did indeed. Oh. Yes, but I said red liner on
red
a roll.
line, sorry, I was ready, I was poised.
Yes.
I was ready there, did all the dance moves, my wig would have flown off and everything.
Yep, no, I did say my red liner. But what I'm going, it's still plenty of time. We're on Monday Makers together, so we've still got plenty of time.
Yes.
Although I probably will just leave you on your own to sing it.
I love it.
Do you still love it, do you?
I get out of the house, mate. It's just nice to be out of the house for a little bit and sing a couple of songs, you know what I mean?
It doesn't, get on your nerves?
No. I've got Georgina for that. I'm joking, Georgina. I'm shots. They are fights. She's not saying anything back yet, which scares me. I'm innocent. I've done nothing wrong. I'm joking.
Can I just say what you just said, dear? You just said, I wish I could mute you, but I can't because it will mute Craig. And Craig's not done anything yet.
Yet. Who knows?
Who
There's
knows?
time. There is time to go.
Yeah, I was a bit dramatic on the pause. Georgina didn't have a pause there. Georgina went straight into yet.
Yeah.
I done the pause.
Awkward.
So what I'm doing now is I've taken the backing off of my red liner tape, and we're going to then fold that in. Now when I say I fold it in, let's bring in this one. This base, where my fingernail is, that's going to sit nicely up against your score line here. So you can't get it wrong. You can't push it too far. You know, you could not push it in enough, but as long as you're hitting that first score line, you're going to be absolutely fine. So we're going to go in. Each of these ones, we are forming inwards. Once again, if I draw your eye to this bit here where you've got that half triangle, and that's because when you start to concertina it together, that little triangle there, the concertina score line, is going to then sit nicely into play.
Yep.
So we can then go all the way around. The other thing I was thinking of while Justin and Gordon were on, this size, a lot of you will have this sort of size cardstock in your bit box.
Yeah.
So, you know, these are going to, imagine creating your cards or your projects where you're going to have some exquisite corners or frames, and all that you've done is actually used your bit box. So it could work really,
You just chuck
really
something
well.
under the counter and have to go and get it. Imagine like a metallic card, like a gold card. Give me 5 minutes while I'm under here. I dropped the fox.
Going away downstairs, are you?
I need to get the fox. I dropped it. Oh my goodness.
Here we go. So folding them all the way in. We can then take our last couple. So earlier on when I was saying that I'm using our Enchanted Dreams, it's because I got that storybook feel to it. So if you're bringing in any of your princesses, maybe you've got stamps, maybe you've got collections from, you know, other crafting companies that you've got, you want to create that storybook feel, then this demo certainly is going to be absolutely perfect for you. Yep. So then this gives us our 8 that we have got now. So let's set these ones to the side. And then I'm going to go in with my 12 by 12 paper from our Enchanted Dreams. And what I've done is I've gone in with the sheet that has the square panels, the 6 by 6. So I've chopped this one out here where we have got our little circled frame with, it's kind of like, looks very much like your cherry blossoms. I'm not sure if it exactly is that, but it's got that feel to it. And then this is our glue. This is our mirror card that's in our luxury cardstock that we've got on the show.
Yep.
So there's that one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in with this next one here. So we're going to take our tape. This is our tissue tape that I'm using. It's not the... It is called that, Georgina, yeah, tissue tape, because that's what it is, it's tissue. It's tissue with the backing, yeah. It's not the finger lift tape. Mm-hmm. It's exactly the same as finger lift tape without the little finger lift option. So Georgina's had a look. It's not on the website at the moment, so it must be out of stock. We had it last week. It could be finger lift tape, Georgina. It could come under. If it's not on at the moment, then Georgina's having a look for us.
As we speak.
As we speak. That's it, Georgina. Double-sided finger lift tape.
That's in stock.
Fabulous. So then what I can do, before I start to add these panels, because I want to add my corners on first, there's a reason being, all about keeping it looking professional. And even if you do this as a hobby, you know, you still want elements to look professional. Mm-hmm. Natural fact, I don't want that strip's going to go onto the outside. What I want to do is I want to have this bit, and I'll show you, not that there's real reason, but I've got a lot of foliage design on this panel that I've got here, so I would rather it be on the inside, because we are going to decorate the outside as well. This can go into here, so that's going to sit nicely there. Now, if I was to pop these ones on first,
Yeah.
so if I put them there, but if I was to pop them over the top, can you see how you can see your base layer of your frame? You don't really want to see that. So what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to then tuck it around your matting layer first of all. It makes it seamless, it makes it smooth, and just makes it look even better. And it's tiny little things like that. That is more than enough to make your card go from, okay, yeah, that's lovely. You can see little tabs underneath there, to, oh wow, look at that. Look at the depth that you can see right into the back. You're seeing all your pattern paper or cardstock, whichever it is you're choosing to use. So going round all the edges for speed, although I would go around all the edges at home. And then all that I'm going to do is I find it easier doing it upside down. So I'm literally going to put 90 degree into 90 degree. And then when it's in, pressing it in. And it can only go in one way, so you don't need to worry about your roses or your florals facing certain direction. We can then pop and tuck them in. So if we go into there, just making sure we're nicely snug in at that 90 degree angle. And then there is one of them.
Oh, wow.
That we can see here. Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. And then what I am going to do is let's just spend a little bit of time popping my adhesive onto these bits here done. So we can then take that one here. Because the last thing, although I've got little bits of adhesive in the middle, you still want to make it really strong. So therefore, by adding your tape afterwards. And this is what I mean by for your mats and layers and even the bases of your frames, like I've done here, your double-sided tissue tape, finger lift tape will be more than satisfactory for it. Take these ones, and then I'm doing exactly as I done a moment ago, and that is tucking these ones in. So we're going to then go into here, pressing it in until it's nice and snug. Once I know that it's in, I've got it right at that 90 degree angle. We can then press. So if I carry on to here, and then we can go into this one here. So now that I've got our next one done, now keeping in mind, I could have gone in with one of the little individual divider frames if I wanted to, but there was something about only having the corners with this demo. When I was doing it, what I thought was, or what I started to do was have the 2-inch in the middle.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know when something just doesn't look right?
No.
It just didn't look right. It was a little bit too full for what I was wanting to create. So that's why I took them out and only had the corners. But you have a look and see. You might like the look of having your extra panels in. You might not. That's up to you. But taking these ones off, and then I'm going to do the same with this one. So going in, taking our tape off. If you're using your low tack, not your low tack tape, your tacky glue, all that I would do is attach one layer at first, let it to at least grab for 10-15 seconds, and then come on and attach the other one to the other side. But if I bring this one in, so going in with this one, I'm going to pop it into the left-hand side. And once again, what it's doing is it's hiding the workings from your panels, and then press that in. And with it being Concertina, what it means is we can press it and it's going to pop back up. We're going to do the same within this one here. So then we're going to then add that into the center, and we're going to press. Now I've already created my decoupage from the decoupage sets that we've got on the show. So we can then take the backing off of this one, because I've created all my layers with my foam pads. This can then sit nice and proud into the middle, and press that one in. I've taken one of my sentiments. This is just sending love. So because this is on one level, let's add our foam pads to the back to add height. And we can see we've got very much of a lilac purple theme going, hence why I've added our purple into our frames. Also, see how well blue works with the lilac. So don't be scared to use them. And then all that I've got is 2 panels, also from the paper pad, matte and layered onto the blue. So this one is I've taken one of the other square panel that we can see here, and then I've used one of my other happy birthday sentiments. That can go onto the front. So let's pop it this way. So we're going to have happy birthday on the front. Our middle panel, we're then going to pop that one into there. And then last but not least, let's finish it all off. Let's combine the front and the back and the panels to make it really, really elegant, but really lovely. And that is another square panel, matte and layered, onto our blue mirror. Sit that into place, press, and then there we go. So if we go up close, you could sandwich a bit of ribbon in there if you wanted to, but we've got our lovely happy birthday that we can see here. And then once we open it up, we've got our Sent with Love, we've got our decoupage on the opposite side. It could be a frame if you wanted to, but then, you know, they do press down. You've got that lovely book, so that could be the prince, it could be a princess, you could add glitter, you could add microbeads, lots of things that you can do within that one there. But then that's going from right at the very beginning with the basics of one that you can do to right up to something more advanced.
That is brilliant, a great collection. What a great design that is. 5 minutes left on the brilliant show that we've had today on launch day. Let's get our demo of the show vote going because we've run out of time rapidly. Be creative. Well, let's look at what Justin and Gordon made for us. First of all, with Dexter the dog, that wonderful layering stamp, and then reposition it around the little corners. Then we've got Fiona the fox. Dun, 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 dun. There you are with Fiona again, that wonderful late 3D effect and die. So that's number 1 and number 2. Craig, what have you made for us, my good man?
Rightio, so here we are. We've got 4 to choose from this launch day. We've got number 1, keeping it very simple. Number 2, still keeping it simple, but then transforming it into an easel card. We've then gone into number 3, which is creating this lovely little box frame by using a variety of the different actual frames. And then we've gone in number 4, we've gone into the storybook effect here with the corners here, mixing it up slightly, but that is number 4 for
6.
that one. So
you're 6.
So that's 6.
Yeah, that would.
Right, so this one's number 4.
3.
Or number 3. Right, okay. So number 3, 4, 5, and then 6.
Lovely. Ta-da! Perfect. There we are for you, a few minutes on those guys. Let's just have a quick reminder of what we've had on this launch day. I mean, it's been incredible. You're starting off with your lace on these wonderful Concertina 3D Border Dies collection. These are the lace designs, and then you've got the vines. 2 great designs and 2 at a brilliant price. Remember, you're buying both of these today, you're going to save yourself 20%. You can buy them individually, but why would you go from individually when you're saving yourself 20%? That's the price there, £23.98, $26.95, and you're getting a Club Inspired discount on that at £19.18. $21.56. You put them together using your inks, you're going to create some amazing, wonderful concertina dies. Just look at the depth that they're giving there. If you're doing your flower forming, these are going to look incredible. You've got your smile there. There's so many great possibilities to do these today. They are there with your wonderful vines, and then you've got your, excuse me, you've got your, so they're your vines, that's the lace. So effective. It is really effective in white, isn't it? If you add a bit of ink onto there, I mean, that's incredible. Even left white, they're really elegant and they're a really great collection. Don't think of these as just one-trick ponies. No, because there is so much you can do with them. Maybe, like you said there with Craig, that wonderful example he did there, you want to make a wonderful card like so. You've got different size options as well. You can use the pieces in the middle, alternatively use them as corner pieces. You've got those options that you want to do. You can have it like so, alternatively, you can make it nice and long. you've got the options. So many options there that you've got today, which you can do, all made possible with these borders. Now, when sometimes I look at things, well, what can you do with these? You're using them here, using your corner pieces, and then you're using those longer pieces down the side, none in the middle. However, you can use them on their side, flip it round. That's the exact same as that. Again, you can do like so. Using all the different elements, again, giving you that wonderful idea and wonderful concept. Brilliant collection, and I can't believe that brilliant price. Guys, 20% of the stock was gone beforehand. It's going to rapidly go. If you've got these in your basket, do not sit about them. Monday Makers coming your way at 6 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast, 10 a.m. 11 a.m. Pacific time. Craig, you're going to be back with Monday Makers. What have you got planned for us?
I do indeed. We've got some of our aperture animal dies. We've got some silhouette floral dies as well. We've got some big scene creator cards. Do you know what? We've got actually quite a lot. The striker,
absolutely,
sparkle pens. Yeah, a really nice selection for Monday Makers.
It's going to be great. That's coming up for you in an hour, and more be creative. Right, demo of the show, Craig.
Yeah.
Number 6, my good man. You're the winner with number 6.
That's what George in the gallery, he thought was going to be number 6. Number 6 there.
Look at that.
Go. That's going to go up for demo of the day.
Which we will find the winner out of in Monday Makers in an hour's time. 6 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast, 11 a.m. over on your Pacific time. Myself and Craig are going to be back for that for a brilliant 3 hours, joined by Be Creative in the middle. In the meantime, check out your baskets. Make sure you're getting these. We'll see you back here shortly. Bye-bye.